Hello, all, and welcome to another episode of Epic Lame Random Buggery. I don't know why you guys are here or why you're watching, because it's just a whole bunch of random nonsense. But we like to have fun. At this current moment, I'm joined by two of my buddies. I'll let y'all introduce yourself. Jonnie, middle finger up, man.
And who are you that Johnny says? 'Cause I need no intro. Johnny the Wild, I'll let count go with his word comes stained here.
That was just beautiful, mate. That was just beautiful. My name is Jonnie the Irish Wildling. I'm a YouTuber. I usually drink beer and smoke cigarettes. Yeah, Jonnie the Irish Wildling. That's my name. I'm Kyle. Nice to meet you guys.
Thank y'all for hopping in for some buggery with me.
Why
So,
did I sound English?
what'd you say?
Kyle was like putting on, hey guy, I'm Johnny the Irish Wildling. I smoke and I drink. It's like, can you not do me accent, Kyle?
Hi, Mom. My mom's in the chat. I see you, Mommy. Hi. That's love. When your mom comes on your YouTube channel and supports your discussions, and she's never read the books or watches the show, but she's just here. Carmelita is my mama, guys. That's my mom. Say hi to her. Give her lovies. So, buggery really has no point. It's just randomness, chit chat. Of course, Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire based. So, do you guys have anything that comes to mind that you would like to discuss in a buggery type way?
I have a pretty cool topic. I mean, there, no, well, not really a spoiler, but for season 7, apparently we're going to get more flashbacks. So we can look forward to getting some cool stuff. There's a possibility that young Ned comes back, and I think that would be really cool to get more young Ned, because I think the actor that played him was perfect for young Ned. And I have a prediction personally. I think we're getting the Tournament of Harrenhal. I think we're going to see Rhaegar next season. So that would be I was kind of on the fence if I ever wanted to see him or not. I mean, in the story, we're never going to see him, and we can only picture him because of the words on the pages. But in the show, to see Rhaegar, I don't know how I'd feel about it. But my dream casting is Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy. I think he looks enough like Jon Snow and kind of like Lyanna. I think he would be a perfect Rhaegar.
I'm Team Legolas for Rhaegar.
Yeah, Orlando Bloom, man. Orlando Bloom looks like a
Legolas.
punch on screen. So fuck him. Like, what's the big deal with Rhaegar? Yeah, he plays a her. All the chicks love him. I was like, what did he do that was monumental? He faced Robert Baratheon and got the shit smashed out of him. Like, if you're thinking about monumental-wise, he was only monumental because he was the son of the Mad King, and then he made Jon Snow, and Jon Snow was my dude, but Rhaegar, yeah, fuck off. He was not the prince that was promised.
Yeah, but he wasn't a bad guy. Like he was okay. I mean, I'm not all on the whole Rhaegar. I throw my panties if you're on stage with your heart status. But I just want to see anybody from that time, even seeing the middle Ned and Lyanna, like just gave me so much. When you read these books and you just can only picture it in your mind, and then you finally actually get to see it like played out on screen. It's awesome. So it'd be so cool, like to actually see Rhaegar, especially at the tourney of Harrenhal, where he gives Lyanna the blue flower, like the blue roses, the winter roses. Yeah, that would be awesome. I'll jump up and scream in my living room.
If us wildlings saw Rhaegar, we'd be pointing at him going, you purple-eyed freak! You freak! You absolute freak! And playing Rhaegar would be horrible, wouldn't it? The contact lenses and then acting like a poncy cunt. It'd be like Sansa with a cock and then a good fucking dynasty behind him. Like, I don't know. As you can tell, I fucking love Rhaegar. Yeah. I do want to see Harrenhal, though. I do want to see that.
James Clooney, welcome. Hello.
Hello, y'all. Cute faces. I'm glad Joni doesn't have one on. Maybe we can get him like a Beatles guy. Oh wait a minute. He already looks like a Beatles guy.
I wanna hold your hand.
Fired. Shots
How's
fired.
everybody doing on this first really, really long night? This sucks. This sucks. No
Yeah,
episode tonight. My Sundays are ruined.
it's Game of Thrones day, but there's no show to watch. I
I
woke up and
know.
I was like, it's Sunday, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, no.
Hmm.
The little sound it makes on a game show when you lose. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Mhm. Do you have any thoughts on Rhaegar, like a flashback of the tourney at Harrenhal or anything? How would that make you feel? Would it excite you in your pantaloons? You know, or,
I don't wear pantaloons. I go commando. But Rhaegar would be cool to see. I mean, if they do a flashback, I want to see something from Robert's Rebellion. So maybe the battle at the Trident, or something like that. Maybe where he kidnaps Lyanna.
That's Rhaegar, everybody. What a good dude, yeah. Either Rhaegar fighting at the Trident, getting the shit beat out of him, or Rhaegar at Harrenhal in a pussy fit that is not a real fight tourney, or Rhaegar. Who the fuck is like? Think of it. Let's way back. If you could do Rhaegar flashbacks, yeah, just think of it for a second. Well, he put purple roses on Lyanna's fucking head. That's like me getting credit for going up to a good-looking chick and getting her phone number. I don't see any flashbacks for that. It's like, how's that monumental? He fought somebody in a tourney where it's kind of, it's kind of cut off. It's playful. It's not real. Do you get me? What else did Rhaegar do that was monumental besides start a fucking war by banging Lyanna and being a shit fucking husband? Let's wait this out.
I think a Rhaegar flashback would be cool because they could show us whether or not she was kidnapped. Because, it's still, in Westeros at least, they still consider her being kidnapped and raped. So maybe they'll show that she willingly went. And two, maybe they did or did not get married. Like, that's important, kind of, sort of, if you care about the Iron Throne still. I really don't care. I'm just like, he's and I just need him on dragons, or having control of dragons, or just being able to help in that way. The Iron Throne to me is not that important, but it kind of matters. Rhaegar and Lyanna, like what they did before he was born. You know what I mean? At all?
I do know what you mean. Yeah. I don't know if everybody likes the pirate outfit that I'm wearing tonight, but. I think that it's super integral that we get Rhaegar. I mean, we got Robert. We get the 20 years later kind of deal after Robert's Rebellion, and we went back. Is that my birthday cake? It's my birthday on Tuesday. That's sweet. Thanks, Christina. You're so nice. But I think it would be really. I think we're getting it. This is just my personal prediction. I mean, it's possible. I think we're definitely getting some flashbacks this season. It's possible that we don't get Rhaegar, but I just think it would be amazing because we saw a little bit of the Mad King. Maybe we'll get a little bit more of that. Maybe we'll go into a little bit of his psyche. We do know we only got 7 episodes next season. Apparently, all the episodes are going to be an hour or longer, so that's good. So that's certainly. I mean, the episodes will be jam-packed, which is good. But I think for the story, the TV story, certainly, I think it would be really nice to get an image of Rhaegar and what he was like. Because through the stories we get of Barristan Selmy, it was like, oh man, like Rhaegar seemed noble. You know what I mean? He seemed like he wasn't like all the others. And even though he was married, maybe he really knew what was going on, and he was the guy who had usher in the Azor High prophecy, and like we see in the story with Ned, like I personally think Ned is the biggest hero in the whole story. Look at how much he's had to sacrifice for himself in life and to help other people, So it's the same thing with Rhaegar. Rhaegar and Ned are a lot are the same in a lot of ways if you think about it. So. But we just don't get the perspective from Rhaegar. So I think that we need to get him, personally.
Don't listen to a fucking pirate. Are you shitting me? Sorry, Kyle, you were making good points now, but that pirate thing keeps kind of jumping out and in. It's
Yar, matey. Oh, yar. Is the wildling giving me a hard time, yar?
Yeah, go on, get your shitty impressions out. But anyways, it looks like they're trying to have a shit or something because it keeps jumping out and in, or you know, you need to have a piss. It's like, so you're doing that, but it's the kind of little cartoony pirate effect. See, Rhaegar's a cunt because even pirates love him. Who the fuck likes pirates? Fucking pirates. James B made a good point there, though. It's like, if Rhaegar got married to Lyanna in front of the weirwood tree, now you see, then I'd care about that. If that does come to fruition, because that involves my boy Jon Snow. Other than that, fuck off, Rhaegar. But if that comes to fruition, then alright, Rhaegar, you were alright. No, fuck it.
I'm with you, Johnny. It's hard to take Kyle seriously with that outfit on.
I take you serious, Kyle. I see through your curtain.
I love you, buddy, but it's when you make serious points and you look like that, it's hard to take you seriously.
Do you have any other?
There's the Harry Carey glasses.
What other flashbacks?
So we all could agree that what I said we would all like to see, whether Rhaegar actually kidnapped Lyanna or if they got married or anything like that.
She loved them. It's a fact, man. We know that. I want to know something that I don't know. Lyanna and Rhaegar fell in love, and Rhaegar was married. Technically, Jon is still a bastard. You know, she did love him. You could see the way she talked to Ned. She loved Rhaegar, man. And Rhaegar broke his vows and loved her. Unlike Jon Snow, who kept his vows and went back to the wall.
What other flashbacks do you guys want to see or think we might see in the next season? Because obviously the flashbacks like worked. You know, they were a hit. It filled in so many gaps and little holes. So if they're going to continue, what else do you think they'll do? The Tower of Joy was like the biggest one. Kyle, while you're switching your face, you can go ahead and mute yourself.
I can go if you want. I think certainly I think we're going to see how the wall was built. I think Bran has to see that. And I think before the wall falls down, we're going to see how it's built. And I think by episode 7 next season, we're definitely getting the wall falling down because the final season will be the War for Dawn. And I think history is repeating itself in a certain sense. I'm a big believer in the Ragnarok theories. I'll be covering some of that stuff on my channel. Shameless plug, by the way. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think that we're going to get, I mean, Dan and Dave said they revealed 2 of the 3 things that George revealed to them that was absolutely mind-blowing. And I think one of them has to do about the creation of the wall and perhaps that Bran is Bran the Builder all over again. So I mean, certainly we see in the lore videos, me and Johnny did a Corner Cups and talked about this, but it looks as if in the lore videos, Bran the Builder couldn't use his legs. So I think we're in for another crazy reveal to do with the time paradox thing. I don't think it's going to completely change the past or anything like that, but I certainly think that we're going to see how the wall was built with Bran the Builder. I think that's going to happen next season.
Why do you think that's significant? Like, I mean, we could literally just move on and not have to know why or how it was built. So how will that affect the future story?
Well, we also heard from Benchin. He made a reference, and I think we're going to see this, and I think it's important because they put foreshadowing is different in the show, right? In the books, George can lay out a red herring, or he can put it in the. Sorry, I was listening to James. James was yawning. James!
Sorry.
Oh, you're yawning.
You rat bastard. But basically, what was I saying, Christina? I forget.
I was asking you why you think the way the wall was created will matter going
Okay. Well, the ancient Benjamin talked about he couldn't pass through the wall because of the ancient magic there, and I think we're going to have to see some of the magic that was used, right? And yeah, I look like a hipster right now, everybody, whatever. But I think we're going to have to see that because I think it's really important. We see how much the show and the story has got magical over the past few years, and certainly this season we got the creation of got to see the creation of the White Walkers, and they've all talked about this wall and how it was built, and we get dragons, but we need more of the ice side of the story. It's a song of ice and fire. And we need to know about the magic that is there at the wall and why Benjen can't pass. And we need to know if the Night's King can affect the wall and take it down, or if Bran passes the wall with his little mark and that affects the magic at the wall. So we're going to need to get some more answers, because the wall is basically what's protecting the realm right now. And for the final battle to go on, it's obviously going to have to come down. So I have to find out about that.
I have a question for you guys. What do you think is going to happen to the Night's Watch? There's literally like 6 people there. Like, it's just a handful of people. So, Jonnie, I know your video, you had a prediction on Dolores Ed leaving the wall and going, taking Bran down to Winterfell. But the other people that are left there, it's not even enough to like even fight off like me and my kids if we try to like fight and show up at the wall. Like, there's not enough people to take us out. So what's going to happen to them? I think they're just done. What do you think?
Well, on the flashback question, I'd love to see the whole Valyria taking over, the old Valyrian style taking over and then being abolished, and then I'd love to see what happens since. That's a flashback I would love to see, because that was detrimental. On the whole the wall shit, yeah, it'd be like having a dodgy babysitter or a shitty uncle looking after your kid, and it's like, oh, I'm taking the kid, see you, boy. I think that's basically what Dolores said is going to do with Bran. He's going to go, oh yeah, I'm taking Bran, I'm going south, see you, Sloan Lacromago, see you later, talk to you tomorrow. And then he's just going to go. He's going to say, look after the wall, brother. He's going to grab someone by the shoulder, look after the wall, I have to take him south, that's Jon Snow, your ex-Lord Commander's brother. It'd be like a 20-second scene maybe, and then throws Bran on the horse and then see you later. You're fucked. Thank you, Night's Watch. Moving on.
And there's not even, it's just useless. And I think that ties into Bran. When Bran comes through, I think it's going to give clear leeway for all the others to come through, and the Night's Watch, what's left of them, because I think at the time when they killed Jon, there was like 40 of them, like all together, before they were divided up into sects or whatever. So we're looking at less than 40 now, and they don't stand a chance. So they're obviously just going to get disseminated, and the others, I just think the others are just going to be able to walk right through, and it's not even going to be like a thing. James, Mr. Clooney.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you hear? Were you listening?
I'm sorry, I was looking at the chat and somebody texted me. I apologize. I stepped out for just a minute.
Kyle.
Party foul. Party foul.
Yeah, the Night's Watch is completely screwed. I think that.
Yeah, the Night's Watch is screwed. I agree with that.
James, you're killing me tonight.
The Night Watch is done. The Night Watch is done. It's no longer the Night's Watch as you know it. It'll cease to exist after season 7.
Well, I think the thing, and we got a little bit. I thought it was going to fall this season. Funny enough, and we got the foreshadowing possibly with the conversation with Jon and Dolores Ed. Don't bring it down while I'm gone. That was, it's definitely coming down. I mean, for the story to progress next season, you know what? We could get another shocker in the middle of the season, like hold the door, because we expect that in episode 5 that big, like that could have been an episode 9 moment, right?
Yeah.
Like that was one of the best episodes of television I've seen. That's my top 3 or 4 episodes ever. So I think that for the White Walkers to be a threat, the Night's Watch needs to be gone, and obviously we're going to have to see some sort of reunited force in Westeros. It's debated what's going to go down, because obviously Cersei is still fucking shit up at King's Landing. So, but I'm hoping that we at least get one more moment between Dolores, Ed, and Jon. But I'm not hopeful. It's possible that maybe he goes back to the wall. Because where does Jon's story go from next season? Like, I'm kind of like, what happens? Like, we know Daenerys is coming to Westeros. We know that, but is he gonna go conquer the Riverlands? Because I don't know. Like, where does it go?
No, he's gonna prep all them, and he's gonna tell them this is what happened. White Walkers finally come.
So
I have to tell y'all.
So basically, Jon is gonna meet with the Crown then, and by the time he gets there, Daenerys will have conquered King's Landing, and they'll have a Tyrion meetup.
No, he's gonna set up the North, and he's gonna tell them about exactly what he fucking went through for 2 or 3 episodes. Because that's how long it'll fucking take to stretch it out. And he's going to set the wall up. And the White Walkers, like, they'll start coming down halfway through it. And that'll be that. Jon will just be king up in the north. He will not go near, so.
Jonnie, my man.
I think he's gonna have to. I don't really think he's gonna be too worried about taking back the Riverlands because literally, like all the Tullys there are gone now. Tullys are never else extinguished. Well, no, we still have Edmure, but he's a hostage again. So there's no reason to go. It's just for pride and stuff. And Jon, okay, taking back Winterfell, saving my that's one thing. But aside from that, like just going back to take back a castle just because for reasons, he's like, no, okay, now we got to get focused and really worry about like what's coming up north, like the really big deal that's happening. So I think his mind is about to shift to that.
Good points. I guess I totally forgot the point where, well, I mean, Robert Glover was like, hey, like, you know, there's more wars to come, and I guess the North hasn't at least acknowledged that. You know what would be really cool is if the Brotherhood without banners, because we do know that Sandor and Beric Dondarrion and them have a chat, and they know about the White Walkers. The people in King's Landing, maybe not. The Red Priests kind of know about it, so maybe Dany will know about it, but she won't care immediately. You know what I mean? Because she's focused on conquering King's Landing.
How do you think the Brotherhood without banners found out about the others? And
Thoros Amir?
You should me. How do they know?
Thoros Amir, I think. I think he ends up dying next season. I don't know. I feel like the Hound's going to end up leading them, and it'll be interesting because Arya's in the same area. Maybe we have a meet between Arya and Melisandre, and she finds out about it through Melisandre. That'd be cool too. I think everybody's going to find out next season that they're White Walkers. You know what too is I think we have to have, because we were apparently supposed to get an internet breaking moment, and we did technically get that with Hodor, right? Like that was really sad, but we need a really big internet breaking moment with the White Walkers, like something that we never thought about.
Yeah, is that what it was? Was it Hodor? Because I really thought it was something else. I was still waiting after Hodor. I was like, there's something.
It was definitely Hodor, but the problem was that it was leaked that night, Saturday night. That's the only reason why it didn't break the internet is because so many people saw it or Sunday morning or whatever. It was leaked out early. Otherwise, that would have been the moment that they were talking about.
The door was.
Yeah, the door episode. It was leaked that Saturday night.
Is that the one we watched? Okay.
Well, yeah, that's the one with we get the Children of the Forest reveal.
That was Arya. Sorry, that was episode 8. No one. That was leaked too. Episode 8, but that was a shy episode.
That's very true, James. I totally forgot about that because even the Children of the Forest turning the one whoever that is, I have a feeling it's going to be a Stark revealed. This is Stark was it turned into the Night's King. That's a big moment, and when I found out it was leaked, I wasn't as impacted when I watched it later, right? Because I was like, oh, I heard about it.
Yeah, exactly. I saw the very end scene that morning, and it ruined my whole day. I was pissed the whole fucking day. Even watching the episode, I was pissed. The fact that I saw it early.
Oh, fuck you, man. Here, over here in Europe, yeah, I was delighted. I got to watch that at an in-tune time on a Sunday. I was sitting there making dinner watching that at a proper time going, lovely, I wish it was always like this. We use fucking Americanos, yeah, we get it at this time, so we have to go by that. So, yeah, it's from a European and the rest of the world perspective, we love the shit out of it. Give us more of that, please. But can I just say, one crazy tinfoil thing I have is, see, what Coyle said maybe that was a start. Now, that could well be. But, like, regardless, even if that was just another northern man, I think that, right, I think we got shown, if D&D are good writers, we got shown just a cutscene of one of them being turned. Not the main one. I think, right, obviously they did that to a lot. But I think the one who is the Night King, I think when they stuck that dagger, he was a green seer, which is very rare, you know, war, green seer, what is it? A warg is like 1 in 1,000, a green seer is like 1 warg in 1,000, whatever them odds are. They're very rare. And I think he was one of them, and they did not anticipate that, and that's where they fucked up. That's why he's the Night King. They fucked up. He was a green seer and had all that shit, and they fucked up, and you underestimate him.
So let me.
That's what I think.
Hold on before you guys go on. Q&A, guys, questions. So post them in the chat if you're there. Let us know what you want to talk about or what questions you have, because there really is no, focus for this. We're just hashing over stuff from the whole season entirely, especially the last episode. So Q&A, I'm taking them and I'm collecting them, and I will be asking them. Continue on. Ignore it. Guys, who's next?
I have a question for everyone actually here, because it's something interesting stood out to me when John says he brings the storm. And we heard Euron talk about how he is the storm, and we didn't see a lot of Euron this season, and we got the Forsaken chapter, right? And I don't know that they're going to be the same in the TV show and the books. They're probably not. But I think that Euron's going to be an antagonist next season now that Ramsay's gone, maybe for the next 2 seasons. Is it possible that Euron, that was foreshadowing for Euron bringing the wall down with some sort of horn? Because if Euron's in the TV show, does he sack Old Town and find some sort of artifact, or he gets the horn that Sam has? Or because John, that specific line really stood out to me from John. He's like, he brings the storm, and I know the Night's King brings the storm, but I almost felt like it was a double meaning. Does anybody have any thoughts on that? And that possibly it could not just be in relation to the Night's King and possibly related to Euron?
I don't think it's related to Euron, but I do like the idea of Euron intercepting Sam somewhere in Old Town. Because I mean, how is Euron? He needs to come up with some sort of angle to get in on this. If he can intercept Sam and steal that sword that Sam's got, and maybe steal the horn that Sam's got, that would be a way for him to get into the storyline. Because Dany's already taken off. Either that, or he's going to get his fleet in time together, just in time to be sitting there waiting in the water, waiting when Dany shows up. I mean, they got to do something to get Euron into the story. Because as of right now, he's just sitting there and he ain't got nothing going on.
Yeah, Euron, for me personally, Euron is just filler for Jon Snow to kill him. Or, well, they say Daenerys, but maybe he'll fucking scavenge away. It's books or show shit right now because there's 2 different Eurons, so it depends on what way you're asking it, Kyle. Show Euron, he'll die like a buffoon. Book Euron, he's a bit of a problem, so I can give you 2 answers. Like, I don't know which question you ask.
I was off in the chat. What were y'all talking about?
Do I look 40, guys? Do I look 40? Oh, fuck off, Christina.
I'm not gonna bring that up in the video. I'm just talking to my friends. I'm getting I wasn't gonna go there.
We're discussing Euron.
Seriously,
we're discussing Euron, Christina.
You need to sit in a wheelchair. Sorry, James.
When I
you're good.
It's gonna be Game of Thrones bingo, and you're not invited, Johnny. You can't come.
Legs 11, baby.
So, what about Euron?
We were just talking about whether the fact that Jon Snow said something about the storm is coming, does that have anything to do with Euron?
Yeah, clarify that for me, because I was like, what? When I heard...
He said Jon Snow said something referring to the storm is coming in the last episode.
Winter.
And, Kyle was just wondering if it had anything to do with the fact that Euron said he's the storm.
Well, and I know he was referencing the Night's King, but I was just saying, like, next season, because Ramsay's gone now, right? And I think there's like 3 tiers of like male villains within the books and the TV show. And I think that Euron's certainly pretty crazy in the books now that we've seen the Forsaken chapter. Dan can maybe take a little bit from that, and Euron has to do something crazy, in my opinion. He's got to sack Old Town, or he's got to take a dragon, something like that.
What did John say in reference to a storm? Because I don't recall that. I've watched it a few times. I don't remember any storm reference. I remember winter reference. But
a storm is coming. He brings the storm, or he is the storm, or something like that. He said that to all the Northerners when he was. When they were like, we should go back in our castles, the Maester said it would be the worst winter in 1,000 years, the coldest winter in 1,000 years.
Okay, so. Yeah. I thought he was just kind of answering the question that I've been asking myself, like, do the White Walkers bring the cold, or do they come because of the cold? It was like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And so I felt like it was answered like, no, he brings the storm. And I said, oh, okay. That's what I took it as. I was like, oh, it's answered. I've been wondering.
You know, the White Walkers made the wall as well, so.
They made the wall?
No,
Yeah.
They didn't make the wall. The
Go
children
on,
of
tell
the
me,
forest.
James. Go on, tell me, James. Go on, tell me.
The wall was created by the children of the forest
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
original Night's Watch members and the Giants.
Don't do what
No.
you want.
No. How can you build a wall that big, 400 feet, and then you do the width on it? How can you build it? And what does G.R.R. Martin say about the White Walkers? They can control ice like it's nothing. Like, even if you were to build whatever fucking structure, how long would that fucking take? That is no. The White Walkers built that. They came at a peace. They made a peace pact. Jon Snow was the peace pact with the White Walkers. That's the end. It's gonna be you're gonna get a bit of war, but Jon Snow he's the resolution to it. Saying no, the children of the forest made that made that wall. Forgive me, saying again, Barman. How the fuck did they make that wall? What gift did they have with roots?
I thought that's what Benjamin said, that the wall was created with magic.
Yeah, and the White Walkers are not magic. Do you not think they're magical, made by the children of the forest? Like, how does that cancel the White Walkers out?
I do think they're magic. I always thought that that's how the story went. That the children of the forest were the ones that helped created the wall with the original Night's Watch members and Giants, with the help of Giants.
Well, that's the problem, James, in the books. You know, all this information comes from maesters. And we've learned we can't really trust half of what they say because they bend it and turn it to make it what they want it to be. So literally, all history is questionable. And that's what they said. You're exactly right, but we can't really trust that anymore because they're gray sheep and they lie and they have a conspiracy and they're basically the devil.
Can I say one last thing, James? I love this as well. This is what I love. I love having James around as well, because you have to have different perspectives. And James, just to make a point on your point, brother, completely hear you out. What I'm saying is, on top of your point, James, you said that you were told that this and that until this and that. Weren't you told that Jon Snow was a bastard as a show watcher in season 1? And can you see how that kind of turned out? I know he's still kind of a bastard, but you can see the context. There's a lot of context behind it, mate. And I think it's the same with the White Walkers.
Yeah, I just thought you were speaking in fact or whatever, or you were disputing the fact what the maesters have. Okay, so I was just trying to. I misunderstood the way you were coming at it. You were just putting your own interpretation on it.
Yeah, exactly, brother.
Boom! We got Sam. She came.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, milady. 7 minutes.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Governor. Welcome, Governor. Welcome to Buggery. Introduce yourself, won't you?
I'm Sam R09, and this is the first time I'm on Sphinx's Buggery.
I hope you're drinking, because you won't fit in if you're not.
I have some coffee with some Baileys. Does that count?
Counts. Caffeine is a drug, so we'll take it.
Oh, it does have Baileys.
Oh, Bailey's. Yeah, okay, you're good. You're good. Okay, so here's where we're going to go, because I got some Q&As. I got some questions. Who wants to...
Coyle did look like he had something to say, but we interrupted him.
Oh, did he? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's just like, I was really pumped that we got Old Town in episode 10. I wasn't sure if we were going to get it. Like, we didn't get Jorah, we didn't get a lot of Euron and stuff, and I think that library, I mean, I have this theory that the Red Priest, Kinvara said that she was going to spread the word of the Red Priest, and we know that's happened before. Now, what I think is going to happen is their word's going to spread to Old Town, and Sam's going to hear about Jon being resurrected. At the same time, Sam's going to be reading about Azor Ahai and the White Walkers and stuff, and he's going to figure something out about Azor Ahai to do with the White Walkers. So just because we were talking about that, I thought that certainly Samwell, and we're talking about Jonnie told us about, like, hey, you know, the Maesters, they've held quite a bit of information back, but we do have this giant library, and Samwell is most definitely going to find something there. I think that's his whole purpose of the story for Samwell. And it's quite possible that he writes the story at the end of the things, him or Tyrion, like a Bilbo Baggins, the Song of Ice and Fire, and that's what we're seeing. But that's all I really want to say.
I agree with that. That's part of Stan's end game. He's going to figure out what the Maesters have not told people, and figure out the secrets to the White Walkers, and maybe how to stop them.
Okay,
Well,
go ahead. Sorry, it's man down over here.
It's just me by myself, folks. They're all muted. What's going on here?
James, I want to comment, man.
I thought you were going to say something.
I thought to say something. James has a head described from G.R.R. Martin, like, you know, the Lord Royce. It's like kind of like it's a beautiful shaped head, and then it kind of just perks up like a little bit in the middle. Even though G.R.R. Martin never said that, I just wanted to say it. I love you, James.
It's the light reflecting off the bald head.
Yeah, but what happened in the middle? It's like a circle and then a triangle.
It's perfectly round. It's just the light is making it look like that.
You focus, you look at it too much, Johnny.
How can you not look at it, man? It's a beautiful fucking circular triangle, man. What the fuck?
I have a question. David Adams, my son in stars. He says, will there be any scenes in Marine with Dario in season 7, in your opinion? Like, y'all think Dario's just done, they're just going to make him disappear? Or will they, I think just Marine is done. Like, that was their sign-off. Check this, check that box, and we're out. I'll let Sam go first, since you just joined us. What do you think, Sam?
I think they're done with Marine. I don't think we're going back there. We're seeing Dany go to Westeros. She's not looking back.
Kyle, are you with us? You kind of look a little tough.
No, I'm good. I just didn't have anything to add about Marine. I'm so happy Marine's over, to be honest. I thought it was shite, as Jonnie would say. So that's pretty much what.
That's one of my wishful thoughts for this season, was just for Marine to be done.
I was just looking at the chat, trying to chat with the chat.
Go ahead, hit that chat up, Johnny.
Marine is done, and James B, I agree, man. That's I take the piss with people just to try and get a laugh. Marine is done, and James B, if you didn't check his channel, man, he does awesome readings. I always point that out about that fucker, James Bushell. And sorry, James is gonna hate it because he had this whole amazing conspiracy with Dario and the Harpies, and it's just no. The Harpies are just the Harpies, and sadly there's not anything to it until J.R.R. Martin tells us. Before now, it's like no, they're just gone. Fuck Marine. Thank God. Thank God.
James Clooney.
Yes.
Yes, good answer.
Marine, no, we're done with Marine. Marine's Dunskies.
You know what's funny too?
Thank God. It got pretty dull there at the end.
You know what's really funny?
I'm sorry, Kyle.
Go
Everybody spent months and months and months speculating on the Harpy, and they absolutely killed that. It was the Masters. Duh. The fact that they didn't even say who was in charge of the Harpies. They just expected you, like, duh. Why couldn't you people figure that out?
Yeah, and that made me so mad because I was just like, well, yeah.
They could have at least put a line in the show saying who was the leader of the Harpies to make the fans feel a little better about speculating so much about it. Because they did spend a lot of time making videos and stuff like that about it.
I did not. I mean, I was never one big on the Harpy thing, like who's the leader of the Harpies. So it was like whatever. And then they were like, yeah, it's just the Great Masters, and I was like, yeah, duh. It's like, it was kind of super obvious, but because we like to just go in, it's not book stuff. Like this is just a show because we don't know in the books yet. But I was just like, well, yeah, it's the old wise masters. But I would like to welcome my beautiful sister, the Northern members. You're just in time, Candace, because I have to step away for like 5 minutes. And you're here.
Wow.
You know you're in charge of my life, so listen. Introduce yourself, and then do you have a question or a topic to discuss?
No.
Okay,
So,
I'm gonna
I
give you
got,
one.
I
I'm
got
gonna
one, Christina. Yeah, go ahead.
introduce yourself first, and I'll give you a question.
Okay. Hi, everybody. The Northern members popping in on this buggery to see what you guys are doing before they start shooting these fireworks super loud and I have to get off. I don't have a question, but I think I heard you guys talking about how you couldn't wait for Marine to be over. I just want to agree with that portion of the conversation. I was happy to see Danny finally en route to Westeros, we assume. So what did you have, Kyle?
You have something, Kyle?
You're
Oh.
reading something? I had a maple leaf stuck up my ass because I'm Kyle and I'm from Canada.
No, my mom was talking to me. I just wanted to make sure I was muted. I wasn't sure if I was.
Johnny, stop picking on Canada.
We just had Canada.
In Canada. I took that song serious.
Our prime minister just walked in the gay pride today. So that was really cool. He's a super awesome dude. He's young and energetic. I actually used to work at a restaurant in Ottawa where all the government people used to come for lunch. It was called the Parliament Pub. Our Senate is called the Parliament, and I served him once, and he's a really nice guy. So Canada.
Did you do crack like Mayor Forburger?
No. Hey, Kyle.
Yeah.
I was there. I saw him.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
sweet.
working down there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, I had the pleasure of meeting him once, and he's a super nice dude. He's like basically a Game of Thrones character. Who could we compare Justin Trudeau to a Game of Thrones character? I don't know. It has to be someone like really honorable.
Ned?
Oberyn Martell, maybe. Oberyn Martell. He's very much like
Oberyn Martell was a good combatant, man.
Yeah, so is Trudeau.
Doesn't go well with it.
Maybe Davos for his loyalty.
No, Davos is Irish. Fuck off. Davos is Irish. He's an Irish actor. He's from Wales. Fuck off. Don't stop trying to claim
Okay,
it.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Fuck off.
Sorry, Johnny. They're all Irish. None of them are Canadian. I apologize.
No, we'll give you Littlefinger. Here, Littlefinger is Irish as well. You can have him.
I don't want him.
Is he Irish?
Fuck off taking Davos.
Okay, I got a question for the panel, and we can start with Candace since she just arrived and Christina has to step out for a moment. This is going to be your co-host Kyle's Fookin Chickens for the moment. So Candace, what I would like to know is what are you most excited for in Season 7? We certainly have a few things that we can look forward to. The aftermath of King's Landing. We know that Jaime and Cersei are going to have a showdown. Are you excited for Dany to get to Westeros? Are you excited to get more brand visions? Where should we go? You pick where you think is going to be most interesting, and we'll discuss that topic.
I'm most excited for Dany to get to Westeros, for Arya to make her appearance to her siblings, which I hope will happen soon, and for Cersei to die quickly. Well, maybe not quickly, but to see her whole downfall and to see her be shocked when Jaime chokes the life out of her.
Excellent points. I mean, we certainly got the shocking moment where Arya kills Walder Frey. He will not be missed. Did we just lose James? We just lost James. Hopefully we'll get him back in just a moment. But so Candace is a huge Arya fan. Sam, since you were the second last to arrive, what are you looking forward to the most? What's something like? I mean, I think we all like the North. We're all excited that Dany has her dragons. But let's hear it. What's your most exciting thing?
I'm excited, according to my own personal theory, to see Arya kill Gregor and Cersei.
Ooh, that's really interesting too. The Valancourt prophecy, possibly Arya wearing her little brother's face.
Nope.
No, not that at all.
Nope.
You think it's going to be really hard to get through Gregor? You think we're going to get Clegane Bowl?
No, I think Gregor is going to get poisoned.
Poisoned?
Poisoned. He already almost died from poison once. Why not again?
So the Sand Snakes versus Gregor.
No, it'll be Arya, but she knows her poisons too.
Yeah, we definitely seen her transform a little bit. I mean, not a little bit, a lot. She's come very far, and we do see her in that one scene. It seems as if she's adopted the faceless man's power. So Arya is tier one badass according to Sam. Agreed.
Yeah, yes. And she
Uh,
can pass herself off as a boy. I just want to make that point.
all right. So we got two excellent predictions here so far. Johnny, what are you most excited for in season 7, sir?
Season 7 has to be number 1. Dolores Ed survives. And why am I the only one on this train? You know, I look back thinking this is a big ass train. I seem to be the only one on board with that shit. The Dolores Ed survives. That's my number 1. Tyrion will kill Cersei by Imp's Delight as they share a drink and talk about how much they hate each other in Casterly Rock. Kyle, you did make a great point about Sam maybe writing it, or Tyrion. Maybe Tyrion will be busy, so Sam is a good shout. Season 7, I don't know, the White Walker's actually finally fucking coming down and then seeing all the other houses actually seeing it. That's my favourite moment. You know, going, this is happening. There you go. That's
I think certainly that A Song of Ice and Fire is a giant homage from George of all his favorite stories throughout his lifetime. And we see certain influences like I've read classical literature, and there's Wagner, and there's like some of the Ragnarok stuff in there, and there's War of the Roses. But I think there's some Lord of the Rings in there too. You know what I mean? We get some of those friendships that we have in the story, and I'm gonna go with you, Johnny, since you just touched on it. Do you think that it's possible, like John is like an Aragorn figure? Because I certainly think that he's very similar. And that Samwell is kind of like a Bilbo or Frodo in the end, or a Tyrion, because I think that there's a little bit of that. I don't think it'll be as happy as we want, but do you think that maybe that's, you know, you think that Samwell and Tyrion will be there in the end?
Samwell's end game will be a maester at Winterfell speaking about how good Jon was when he dies in the end game. Maybe they'll fast forward it a few seasons later, and Samwell will let them know how much he was, and he'll probably build up other people in Winterfell with that speech, going, look, he was apparently a bastard, look what he did. Maybe that's corny and cliche. Yeah, it is. So I'm reaching, but Samwell as a maester at Winterfell, I'm 80% locked in on his end game on that and surviving, yes. Jon Snow will die at the end. Dolores Ed will live though, Kyle. That's it. I'm sorry, Kyle. I know you didn't ask me about Dolores Ed.
No, that's awesome. I love Dolores Ed, man. I'm happy that we got some more of him this season. So that's Jonnie the Irish Wildling's prediction. He says that Dolores Ed's going to make it till the end, and Sam will become a maester in Winterfell. And then we have Sir James Clooney, who has rejoined us. Season 7, brother. What's your thoughts on that? And Channel KFC has taken over Christina the Sphinx's channel just for the moment, getting everybody involved in some Season 7 chatter. James Clooney, your prediction for Season 7, the most exciting storyline.
And don't forget, KFC, it's finger licking good. Hello, Candace. Thanks for joining us. You're so lovely this evening, dear. And
Hey, James.
just the biggest thing I'm looking forward to for Season 7 I'm with Sam. I think Arya is gonna. There is no Valonqar prophecy in the show, so that they didn't put that in the show for a reason. Arya is gonna go up to King's Landing and knock off 2 more names off of her list. She's gonna be the one that gets to kill Cersei. She's gonna be the one that gets to kill the Mountain. She's gonna be crossing names off of her list. And that's probably my biggest thing I'm looking forward to is Arya, and then Arya meeting up with her family again. I want to see Jon and Arya get a chance to see each other again before the shit hits the fan with the White Walkers.
Sam, I see you had some thoughts on what James had to say. Let's hear it.
Well, not thoughts on what James had to say, but just simply, we got the Tower of Joy conclusion late. We could get the prophecy later, the ending of that prophecy.
Certainly, I mean, they don't put stuff in the show for nothing, and we had truly unique conversations between Arya and the Wafer. She said, "Man, go ahead, talk about your stupid little list," and we did get Melisandre, who left Winterfell, who said that they would meet again, and she would close 3 sets of eyes. And we do know that Cersei her eyes are associated with wildfire many times in the books, and they are green. So I think that it's certainly a possibility. And one of the chapters that makes me think about that is this Sansa chapter when the Battle of Blackwater is going on. Cersei looked over the hall, and her eyes had a bright, feverish heat to them, eyes of wildfire. Anybody want to pick up a topic while we're waiting for Christina to get back, or should I just keep the ball rolling and kind of just get into some tinfoil?
I'm already oil host, man. Oil host. Who, like, of everybody on the panel, you think my left nipple is bigger than my right? We'll start off with you, Kyle.
Jesus, man. Jonnie always throws me off guard. I don't know what, like, I reached out to this guy on Amino, and I knew he was supremely talented and gifted because of his personality, but, like, this guy's just an asshole.
Do you want me to rub it? Do you want me to rub it? Do you want me to rub it? No, go on, carry on. And Sam, I never said that you wanted Dolores' head to die. It's just everybody predicts him to die.
No, I don't even think the wall is coming down, so that he's not dying in my books.
We have some people in the chat talking about Qyburn. Okay, now, Candace, let's go back to you since you were the last one to join us here. Let's get a little bit more North Remembers. And I was thinking that, how do you think you think that possibility of Cersei and Euron making a partnership is possible? Because we do know that go ahead,
Sorry. I do think that's possible. I'm sorry, I'm outside and there's fireworks, so if it cuts out, I'll be right back. But I actually, when Cersei was going as mad as she's been, I was super excited that I think she's going to meet up with him. She doesn't have any allies, and he won't either, so I can't wait to see them be mad together and go down together.
Merci, Candice. And we have our lovely host back. I will stop being the co-host and let our lovely Christina the Sphinx take over. Welcome back, milady.
Christine Doyle called me an arsehole.
She knows that's not true. She's my partner in crime for all things A Song of Ice and Fire, bud. She knows me better than anyone. Johnny's trying to stir the pot.
No, you called me an arsehole. You called me an arsehole. Rude. No, Coyle called me an arsehole. It's rude. It's out of the way. It's out of context.
Feelings.
I didn't sign up for this. It's rude. I didn't sign up for this shit. It's just rude. No, go on, I'm sorry. And Candice, forgive me on saying I let you hello. Forgive me.
Last topic I brought up, Christina, was Cersei and Euron. Is there a possibility that we get a partnership of the two craziest people in the realm together? Because we do know that Dany...
It's actually very exciting when you think about it because, and I don't know what you guys have said already, so I'm just coming in off top. But this bitch is crazy. She's all the way done. Like, she's all the way in. She cares about nothing. Euron is crazy. He's all the way in. He cares about nothing. He tried to make an alliance with Daenerys, but when he sees that she's lined up with Yara and Theon, he might say, okay, you know what? Well, apparently there's a new queen, and I'm going to go try to link up with her. And it's going to be like on Deadpool, like your crazy matches my crazy. I think those two are going to be like a match made in heaven, and it won't last long, of course, but yeah. They totes have potential.
Totes.
Christina and panel, I'm sorry, I got to jump off because it's there's fireworks going on next door, and I told the little one I would take her out to do sparklers. Yeah. But I'll try to pop back on.
I'm mad I missed you, Candace. I'm sorry. I had company and I had to go say goodbye because they were leaving from out of town.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I just always like to pop in on Buggery when I can, but I'll try to pop back.
Pop back.
Bye,
I'll definitely be listening.
Be safe.
Bye, James. You guys have fun. Booger on.
Bye, Candace. Have fun.
Bye, Sam.
7 blessings.
Bye, Jonnie. Kyle.
Coil. Okay. Yeah, Buggery is so not PG. You got it right, Timo. There's nipples and penises and testicles and all sorts of things I'm not even comfortable saying because I'm a lady of courtesy. But there's some horrible things that happen here.
Yeah, Christina, you missed the question. We're trying to figure out which nipple is bigger, the right one or the left one on Johnny.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a problem.
And I had a follow-up question. I wanted to know how many little hairs does he got coming out of each nipple?
I'll tell you now, actually. Spoiler, y'all. Wait, I read the calculator. If I'm to do a rough guess, it's a plural. It's a plural.
You can't just include the ones that are outside the nipple. You got to count all the ones that are inside the nipple. How many little hairs do you got coming out of the right one?
Yeah, any nipples. I don't think
what is this, Buggery? Like 17.0? I can't remember which one this is.
We're not going to go there. We're not.
Stop, man! Stop here, Christina and Kyle. Stop being fucking childish, man. We're trying to be professional and real here. James, I don't think I have any hairs coming out of my actual nipple. You want to get that?
Fine, Johnny. It's fine. We don't have to confirm nor deny that. It's cool. We're just going to move on.
Yeah, but it looks like a little John. Yeah, no, it looks like a little Jon Snowbird kind of.
Is it shaped like Torn, like the inside of a...
Stop.
I have to see a map of door now. That's a personal.
Are you done with your nipples?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I have another question. From Dish Murphy. Q&A. Are the little green men on the Isle of Faces children of the forest? Sam? Are you with us, Sammy? Sam? Sam?
I'm right here.
Did you hear that question?
Yes, are the little green men on the Isle of Faces children of the forest? I guess maybe they'd kind of have to be in Westeros and be green. It's the only explanation I have.
I always thought they were. Like, I just thought that was automatic. I thought that's why they were there. It was just children that went to the, to the Isle of Faces. You guys, anybody, any other thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's a very stereotypical term for Irish people, and I don't like that question, to be honest, because it sounds like leprechaun shit, so I'm not a fan of that.
Johnny, they could be Martians, not just leprechauns.
No, it's the first thing you think. If anybody says to anybody worldwide, little green people, what's the first word that comes to your honest mind?
Jonnie the Irish Wildling.
Yeah, same thing. Same fucking thing. You fuckers. Next question.
You've made your own, you can't just say next question, first of all, but you've made your own little leprechaun jokes at times. You can't just
That's all right, man. That's like a black person making black jokes about themselves. It's not all right for a fucking white person to do. It's the same with Irish people, yeah? So get the fuck off me potato, get off me potato, and get off me deedle-dee, and suck it.
I'm not a fan of little green people. The Martians are, invade someday. I want to be on their good side.
Johnny tried to show me his thing once. It was like this big, maybe like this big.
No, cause that was me doing my small finger. Lying. I was lying.
It's a half an inch shy of an inch.
Oh, he stood up and he looked too closely. That's what happened.
I like that half an inch shy of an inch thing. Jamie Lannister. Okay, I have another question. I'm going to start with...
Real questions, Christina, please.
I have real questions. Yeah, I've been copying and pasting. I mean, while I was here, I was copying and pasting. So I'll ask the question, and if you have something for it, raise your little hand, whether it be green or not. This is from Timo Thirte. Timo? Damn, I see Sansa already in the question. Littlefinger said Sansa is true-born and Jon is a bastard in the South. Could they be a hint he may know more about Jon's parentage, his mom at least? So Littlefinger said Sansa is true-born and Jon is a bastard. Could that be a hint he may know more about Jon's parentage? So yeah, so what I think she's saying is that like Littlefinger may know. And we saw that in last season when they were at the crypts. And Sansa's all like, yeah, he took her and raped her. And Littlefinger just gave her that look like, yeah, that's what happened. Like he knew more. So anybody have any thoughts?
Sure, I'll go.
Is that you? Dang kitty face.
Yeah, I'm a kitty with a beard right now.
I like it.
I'm
Going back to Pete.
This is gonna be. I'm gonna get off after this thought. Thank you very much for having me, Christina. My achy back is getting a little tired here, but and thank you everyone in the chat for coming. But I think yes, I think that when we see the scene between Littlefinger and Sansa in the Cliffs of Winterfell, and Sansa is replaying the story of what she's heard to Littlefinger. He has that look of, you don't know the whole story. So I certainly think that it's a possibility that Littlefinger knows. I think either Littlefinger or Varys knows for sure, and we do know that Littlefinger is connected to the Starks, and he's been scheming since the tournament of Harrenhal, in the books, anyways. And what's that sniffling? Can anybody hear that noise? It's like a bird. Is that James?
A little bird?
Yeah, I can just hear sniffling. Anyways. I certainly think that Littlefinger knows, and he's gonna. I don't know. I think he knows about the situation. I just don't know if he knows that Jon is their true-born son. Between Lyanna and I'm sure he knows all about the situation. And Littlefinger's pretty intelligent. I'm sure he can put two and two together. He was all over the place. He has little birds. He has a lot of money. I'm sure he could deduct. Hey, this is a possibility. Where did Lyanna go? Oh, she died. How did she die? So I think that, and what's interesting in the books too is that I always thought that, remember that last conversation where Varys talks to Ned. There's an implication in the books where Ned wanted to send out a letter to Jon. Does everybody remember that?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that possibly that still couldn't have happened, and Littlefinger might have got his hands on that information, and who knows what Ned might have wrote there. But in my heart, I would have thought that Ned would have since he felt so much regret over the situation, perhaps he would have wanted Jon to know, or at least led him in the right direction. So it's certainly a possibility for me that Littlefinger might have known. And thank you very much for having me. I guess I'll stick around for Sam's point, and then I'll take off.
Oh, it's like that, son. Okay.
Before Sam can make her point, fuck off, Coyle. There's my point. Talk to you on the weekend.
I second that.
I just wanted to say happy belated Canada Day.
Yay!
Oh, because you guys are both Canadian, right? So you're like...
Our holiday was on Friday.
What does that mean? What's your Canadian day?
Friday. Canada Day.
What does it mean?
It's the day we became a country.
Yeah. 150. How many years
know
ago?
that because I'm just, don't laugh at me, Kyle. I'm asking. I'm
Sorry, Christina. I'll get them in a second.
I wasn't laughing at you. I was just laughing at
Monday is?
Well, it's not our Independence Day because we're not technically independent, but I think it's just the day we became a country officially.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And it's like 150 some years now.
Yeah.
See, America doesn't remember that crap, but other countries remember our holidays because they're so epic.
Because you stole them from... nope, I'm not going into that. Not going into that. Shout out to the Native Americans.
Guys, we do all sorts of stuff with maple syrup on Canada Day. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yes, that's true. Johnny, we celebrate most of your holidays as well.
Yeah, that's because she's like greedy fucks.
No, it's because Ireland, not Ireland, but the UK, the British.
Yeah, that's not Irish. Yeah,
technically own us.
Take that back. Take that.
I'm sorry, Johnny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Don't
sorry.
do that to an
I love you.
I once walked into a brothel.
Can I just confirm one thing though? Ireland is not a part of
maple syrup and a honeycomb.
Ireland is its own country. I apologize, Johnny.
We are not a part of the UK. That's all I'm trying to say.
It's its own country. I apologize, Johnny.
But thank you for celebrating Canada Day with me here on this stream, Sam, and thank you for having me, Christina. Nice seeing you, Johnny and James, as always. Sorry, people, I didn't have the great others this weekend. I wasn't feeling that great, but next weekend, me and Johnny got an awards show lined up for you, and we're gonna do our last episode of the Great Others for a little bit, so everybody can look forward to that. Maybe we'll have a special guest like Christina the Sphinx on or something, and we'll have some fun. We'll figure something out, but thank you very much for having me, Christina.
Now, be easy, brother. Be easy.
Be easy, Kyle. Love you, brother.
Cheers out, everyone.
So, first of all, I just need to clarify that it's called like Canada Day.
Yes, it's called Canada Day. That is its name.
Why don't we have America Day? U.S. Day.
You guys have Independence Day. That's a cooler name than Canada Day.
Yeah, but it's not called like America Day.
It's a shitty movie from the 1990s.
And apparently it's a remake.
All of our holidays have pretty shitty names. I'm not gonna lie.
We're gonna.
America took all the good names.
I would just like y'all to know I don't. I really enjoy just like hearing and learning about other countries and stuff because I was never the type to study that stuff, you know. So when I hear things like you have Canada Day, I want to know like what's Canada Day? It's just y'all get together and you're like, blame Canada, blame Canada.
Johnny,
So
what day do they got in Ireland? What
James,
day do they got in Ireland?
when I'm singing my Blame Canada song.
I'm sorry, I was trying to pretend like that wasn't happening.
Everybody needs to
Based on what you do to me, but that's what happened there. James, we have obviously St. Patrick's Day. We have we celebrate Michael Collins Day as well. It's not a match. Celebrate the shit out of that, and we have our uprising. So
and Sean Connery got his own holiday there.
Days that we have, yeah. That and for every Irish person, our mother's birthday as well, because mothers always come first.
Johnny, I have a serious question. I'm not trying to offend you. Do you guys celebrate Victoria Day as well?
I don't answer offending questions, man. Why would we celebrate that?
I don't know. I'm just asking if that's a holiday for you guys as well.
Tell me the definition of that day, and then I will tell you why we don't celebrate it.
It's stupid Queen Victoria's birthday.
Queen Victoria, yeah?
Yes.
Republic of Ireland.
I'm just asking if you guys get a holiday.
No, we don't get a holiday for the UK holidays, no.
We technically
We do
changed
actually,
the name. We technically changed the name. It's technically called Victoria Day, but we call it May 2 for a long weekend.
Well, that's cool. But no, we don't. I'm sorry, it's just a thing, man. It's like saying like when you're from the Republic of Ireland and then you say the UK. It's like me because you're from Canada and your island is attached to America. It's like saying you're American, or it's like calling an American a Canadian. It's just a shaking my head thing.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I get it. I understand. I just wanted to know if you get a holiday. I still love you, Johnny.
That was my question too. I was wondering if you had a fancy holiday that you guys celebrate, but that nobody else celebrates. But I guess St. Paddy's Day is that day.
And the uprising.
And the what?
The 1916 uprising is when we basically fought back and then took Ireland back for what was, well, most of it. And yeah, that's a big day here as well.
There you go. See.
Are you guys talking about like boring, like geographical, political stuff?
No.
This is where I show my true colors.
I can bust out some politics for you though.
No.
Don't even get me started on Trump or Hillary, the two worst most presidential candidates in the history of politics.
That's
Bernie or bust, baby.
But it's a whole nother subject. Like yeah. I'm not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. We can't. See this halo? It means I'm an angel. I only support positivity.
Yeah, there's nothing positive about Hillary or Trump, so we got to pretty much stop that.
And I'll probably be moving to one of the other countries represented here on the panel. Me and my husband are in agreement. Like, we're like, yeah, we got to go. Especially because I'm half Mexican, so, like, I'm going to get sent away.
Yeah, Christine, you should probably move here to the UK with us.
I gotta go, so I gotta find a new home. You know, my kids.
I think that was the shot, Sam.
I know, but I still love Johnny, and I apologize, Johnny.
I love Sam. I only fuck with people I like. Do you get
I'm
me?
not
So,
trying to fight with you. I'm just trying to learn.
Timo, yes. Yes. We should probably both move to where Johnny is because apparently there's good times there and green beer and like Ireland Day. And I'm not afraid to talk about politics, but I honestly don't spend too much time on politics because it always seems like it's just the same thing, just a different face, saying the same thing, or the same things just keep happening. So I've never been one to like really harp on it too much. That's just me. My husband is.
it causes arguments, Christina. It just causes arguments because everyone has their own staunch belief, and
Yeah,
then some people,
that's
people
fine.
try and enforce their beliefs on others, and it's just like round and round. It's
Yeah,
fucking
I
weird.
love viewpoints and everybody's stuff, but like what I know is Game of Thrones. I can't tell you what the hell Hillary Clinton was doing 3 years ago, and like what's in her closet and everything, or Donald Trump and blah like. But I can tell you about some Brandon Stark, some Sansa Stark, some whatever. Like that's what I know. So that's what I do. I vote every election I vote, but it's
Nothing gets people going like politics or religion. Those two topics will get people heated real quick.
It's best to just avoid them unless you're in like an intimate situation where you guys can just like go back and forth. But aside from that, it's just too much. I'm not afraid of politics though, Timo. Like for real, I'm not. It's just not my. It's not my.
I had to ask JD to explain American politics to me because I do not understand your politics at all for the life of me.
It's completely corrupt. Just go with that, and you're pretty much.
We're free.
Yeah, sort of.
Can we all agree on one thing quickly? We nip it in the bud. Every political situation is corrupt. It's not just America. It's Canada, it's Ireland, it's England, it's Portugal, it's fucking Northern Ireland, it's Wales, it's any country you can conceive from Estonia. We can go round and round with Armenia, Luxembourg, Denmark, we can throw it all out. It's all corrupt. It's people in suits getting more money and then speaking shite to get more money from people, continuously getting more money from people. And that's that.
Quick question. How many
Amen, Johnny. Amen.
Right now?
Sorry, Christina. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Non-American people. If you're American, let me see a exclamation mark. Because it seems like we have some Irish words, some Irish, some British, some Canadians. I think maybe even some Southern Americans. Okay, I see 2 Americans, 3, 4, 5. Okay, never mind. Boom. We represent America. And FYI, I'm just going to say this one time so people always understand it. I will always rep the United States because I was born here and I was raised here, and this is my country, my land. I signed up and joined the Army and put my life on the line to defend this country. As much as it sucks, it's mine. It's all I have. I can't go anywhere else and claim that. It's not mine. This is what I have. And one thing that we do have that we can fight for is our freedom, especially our freedom of speech. You can say whatever the hell you want. You can go on YouTube and say whatever the hell you want. And it's okay. Like the government, well, they may come after you depending on what you say. But for the most part, you're good. People just have to deal with your BS. And that's my favorite part about it. Like, you're free to live your life the way you want to. And I appreciate that. I don't have to agree with what everybody else does. But I know that I can walk out my door and I can just be myself and just do what I want to do. And it is what it is. And so that's why I joined up and I signed up, and ignore my daughter. She's ignoring my epic speech. But, it is what it is. So I just want to put this disclaimer out. We are an Army family. We are soldiers. I was a soldier. My husband just retired from 20 years in the Army like a few months ago. My sister was a soldier. The North remembers. She was in the Army longer than me. We joined at the same time. My other sister is married to a veteran. Like, we're all Army. So you will never, ever, ever hear me bashing, like just bashing my country. I may fuss here and there about, it sucks. Every country, like we have our ups and downs, whatever. Not a big deal. But I just want to give that disclaimer because there's been a lot of stuff popping up lately, especially with what's happening in Europe and things like that. So I just wanted to make my stance known. I love the United States of America. I don't
Sphinx,
agree.
you forgot your daughter.
Huh?
You forgot your daughter when you were listing all of the military personnel in your family.
You're right. And I have a child who's actively serving. I'm sorry. I was like trying to talk fast because when I get like inspired by something, I go on a tangent. And I also have a daughter who is actively serving in the United States Army. She's stationed in Italy. She's overseas. I can't see her. I can't talk to her, but she's over there defending our little lame ass rights. And I appreciate that. So you won't hear me go too much on the rants, the political rants, and I'm just going to put that out there. That's my soapbox. I'm stepping down now. Sorry, guys. It had to be said.
Shit, can me and Sam do one for that as well? That kind of cancels you out, Jane. You're American. You're with Christina. Can me and Sam do one of them doozies as well, and then we end it? Because that was awesome. Can we do that for years?
American doesn't mean he agrees with me, because there's a lot of people that don't agree with me. So
Only when you're done, Jonnie, I want to sing "God Bless America." Seriously.
That's
Go ahead,
how I let Sheena Fina fall after you.
you guys can say what you want. We'll have our political, let it out. You have like a 2-minute cap. I know I probably did like 20 minutes, but I'm the boss, so I can do that. You guys have like 60 seconds, 120 seconds, and then I have more questions. We're just going to fire those out, and we're done. Because I'm logging off by 10, and it's 9:36. Who wants to go first? Which one of you little leprechauns?
I have. Well, technically, I am a quarter Irish, so yeah, that kind of works. But, Jonnie, I talked to you about this. I said I'm coming to visit you to find my family. Besides the point. Jonnie, you guys have free speech too. It's just not it's not like an amendment, right? Because we have it here.
Should free speech be a fucking amendment, or just a fucking fact of life?
I think a fact of life, but the States has an amendment. I don't know. I just, we don't call it free speech. It's just kind of known. We can say whatever we want.
Sam, it's on you in Canada, man. Take it away. Take it away.
I don't have much to say. We're a peaceful people. We love. I don't know.
You have no fire for your country?
Not like that kind of fire. We're like a calm people. I get more like excited with Canada about like sports, hockey.
That's a good thing. God bless y'all all, because that's good if that's what, like, I wish.
We need a cricket soundtrack for Canada.
I'll get it. Go ahead, Jonnie, lay it out so we can move on, because I have questions, and people are over our politics.
Yeah, we do have to switch it back to Game of Thrones. If the Irish were in Game of Thrones, we'd be a house just under House Stark, and we'd be saying to Jon Snow, the King of the North, because we should rule our own. Simple as. And if I go into real Irish pride, you won't shut me up. And there'll be a fire that the Halloween bonfire I couldn't fucking put out. So yeah, I'm not even going to go into it.
Jonnie, can you sing "Sit Down, Stand Up" for me?
Depends on what you're wearing. No, but genuinely, if I go into it, you won't pull me out of it. It's like, we have to keep it Game of Thrones, because even I'm pulled into it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no. I'm proud of where I'm fucking born and raised, and these morals and these cultures with my land and my family tree will never die. And same with all y'all. End up. There's no problem.
Wow, you guys obviously way different from America, but it's all good. We have issues. Okay, moving on. Eli Gomit says, Q&A, do you think Kimbara is coming to Westeros with Dany? Anybody?
Was she on the ship?
They didn't show us her on the
I
ship.
didn't see her. I don't know.
Yeah, we never even saw them like speak or anything, but we never saw her and Vara speak, and all of a sudden he's on the ship. Great.
Yet
Because,
to be determined.
She was introduced though, so she obviously does have plot meaning to what they're gonna do with her. So unless he just was like hot bitch, red suit, get her in for this episode. Other than that, yeah, Kinvara has meaning. She's gonna contest Melisandre when they hit the West.
I hope she's there, but I don't know. Yet to be determined.
why do you hope she's there?
Because I want to see her go head to head with Mel. I want to see the two of them duke it out, but yet to be determined. I don't know.
It kind of seems like Mel isn't even really sure of herself anyway. Like, she's just so, depressed and just emo, and she still hasn't, like, asserted herself again like she was with Stannis. So I almost feel like if she ran up on Kinvara, it would just be like Kinvara's like, Danny, 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 and Mel's like, well, I don't know, I just try to read the flames as best I can, and 'cause she
I
just
think
it right now.
I think she might still support John just because she saw him come back.
Yeah, she'll always support him.
Yes.
I feel like she lost not some, like all of her fire. She's
Yes.
like really fireless. We only saw a little bit when the battle at Winterfell was over, and she was standing there, on the battlements, kind of looking over when the Stark banner fell, and she was like, "Yeah, I knew it." But she still doesn't have like her original confidence, And Kinvara is still fully confident. So I feel like that would be like a one-sided battle, even if it was just battle of words, Melisandre would be like, "Yeah, I mess up all the freaking time. You're right. I'm just gonna go to sleep now."
Do you remember Melisandre the first time she entered, even in the books and in the show, the way she was very kind of possessed? She drank the poison as he sat down and took it and died. And then when you look at Kinvara, I always say it, how she didn't wait for Tyrion and Varys to come down to her. She walked up towards them. That's absolute arrogance. That is similar to Melisandre when she's at full roar, when she was walking around waltzing in her confidence. It's like, it's the same thing. Kinvara is going to be Dany's Melisandre to Jon, which Jon just kicked the fuck out because he has an awesome Davos. Anybody who burns children is a demon. So fuck Roylar. Thank you for bringing back Jon Snow. Fuck off. That's what I say to their fucking Red God.
So what do you think should have happened when Davos told Jon about what Mel did? What should Jon have done?
He did the right thing. He did the right thing. Because he still has a part of Jon Snow in him. The honourable thing. Melisandre didn't stab him in the fucking heart. She burned a kid that he did not know, and for that, he still punished her. Get the fuck out.
Well, I think John always just cared for people in general. John was always very concerned about other people, so I don't think knowing that she burned Shireen, either way, I don't think he would have let her stay. She was either going to die or she had to go away.
James?
Yeah, I agree. John did the right thing. There's no way he could have killed her because she brought him back to life. That's kind of a big deal. But at the same time, you can't have her around. She killed this little girl. John's got that honorable side to him that he ain't gonna be down with that. I don't. He's probably. If he said it in American language, it would have been like, "Bitch, please, it don't matter. You burnt a kid. Get the fuck out of here." So,
I do have a question.
he did the right thing.
Let me, Sam, I want to just get through the ones that they had us in, but if you can remember yours, I write it down, but I do want to get to it. But they supposed to be, so I'm going to hit those first, and then we'll come back because I have questions too. But I set myself a time limit, so I have to, I'm trying to squeeze it all in. So the next question is from Benjamin, Q&A. Where are all the penguins? Haven't even seen one.
Are there
They're in the
penguins?
house of black. They're in the house of black and white, obviously.
Obviously. They're hidden. Assassins. I wish you were still here, Ben, so you could clarify on what the hell you mean by
I
penguins.
don't I don't remember reading like in A World of Ice and Fire. I don't remember George R. R. Martin mentioning penguins. Dinosaurs I remember, but
Maybe this
penguins
is a
no.
question to make us laugh and throw us off, because it kind of did throw me off and made me laugh a little bit on the inside, because I don't know the penguins. But Ben, if you're here, elaborate. I'll take it up and we'll discuss. So we'll move on to the next one from Jake Cruz, which might actually be a real question. Q&A, will there be another Stark death? If so, who? I'm going to go down the line. I'll just call you out. I'll start with Sam. You're first in my line. Sam, another
I
Stark
hope
at any point?
I hope not. Maybe Bran, but I hope not.
Johnny.
Can you say the question again? I kind of blanked out because I was looking for my cigarette there, and I was like, "Fuck, that's not where I put my cigarette." And I'm kind of looking around. Can you say it again? Go on. I'll give you a quick fucking answer off the top. What? What did you ask me?
Yeah, you can't give me an answer without the question. Did you find your cigarette?
Yes.
One day James will learn to mute himself while he's doing like all his other side stuff.
Or what's the question?
The question is, where are the, oh no, not where are the penguins?
It's a personal question.
Will there be another Stark death? If so, who will it be?
Of course there will. Oh, we have to think of the Stark line. Arya, Sansa, and Jon. And if I'm to think of that in a timeline, then in the flux, Jon Snow was end game. So if I had to pick one, Arya is end game too. Arya is surviving because it's pointed in her face. She's a survivor, so she will definitely survive. If I had to pick one from the three, and you're going to think I'm biased, I don't think Sansa will die. No, I think Jon Snow. I'm going to say Jon Snow by the end. I think Sansa will be some political pompous bitch, and she can spoil someone else's ears because I won't have to hear it anymore. Jon Snow will die like a G, and Arya will live on and either be the master of swords in Westeros, replacing Sir Roderick, or go west of Westeros. One or the other, but Jon Snow will die. If I have to pick one of them three, it'll be Jon. And like a legend. There you go.
Well, actually, there's four because you forgot Bran.
Does Bran still count at this point?
He's alive.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Yeah.
I know you're not going to like this, Christina, but the Stark that's going to die next is Sansa. She's going to die for what she did to Jon.
What the hell did she do to Jon?
I don't know, but she keeps doing stupid stuff to Jon, and she's gonna do one more thing, and it's gonna be one too many.
Stark lives matter. No more Stark deaths, please.
Yeah, Stark lives do matter, and I'll give my answer honestly.
Sansa basically set up Jon and his army to get killed. If she was willing to sacrifice Jon to come out on top herself.
She didn't. That's another conversation, but yeah, she didn't sacrifice Jon. But honestly, if I had to choose one, I would choose Sansa. Oh snap! Okay, I'm gonna finish my sentence because my boutique baby just popped up in this mug. But if I had to choose a Stark that was gonna die next, it would be Sansa, in a very epic, tragic way. Because in the end game, like the long night, like the end, I don't think we need her. We need Jon. We need Bran. Arya, she'll die eventually, and maybe not. She'll probably. Oh, snap! And Alicia Kingston. Ooh, it's about to go down, y'all. The Not So Silent Sisters just
Am I
showed
the only one who picked Sansa to fucking survive, though? That's crazy.
My squad just showed up. Let me fix my halo.
No, Johnny, I did too.
What? Alright, me and Sam, yeah, the rest of y'all are sensitive. Fuck's sake.
I just said Sansa's gonna die. Like next. That's
No, me and Johnny said Sansa's gonna live. That's what he's saying. We're the only two saying Sansa's gonna live.
well, that's because you guys don't understand her on our level, like my level.
Yeah, well
Right?
then don't you ever speak about fucking Jon Snow again around me, or I'll use that bullshit on you.
You can try. You can bloody well try.
And succeed flawlessly.
We are in need of more introductions. T Baby, then Alicia. My not so silent sisters are in the house, you jive turkeys. They're here.
She hit us with the 70s lingo. Hey everyone. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, so what are we talking about?
Just say hi, and then I'll let A say hi, and then I'll let you know, because it's some buggery.
Hello.
Worst hello ever. Go hello.
Hey, T baby, nice to meet you. This panel just got a whole lot prettier, Johnny.
James, you totally just should know when to shut the fuck up and let Alicia say hello right after T baby. That's the whole point of when people introduce themselves.
Have some damn courtesy.
Then why are we listening to you, Johnny?
You were talking for mute. Just
All I did was say hello.
go.
I can't. I don't know. Hi, people. I don't know what these fools are on here doing. I'm sorry. Clearly, there's no agenda. And just, I don't know. What are we talking about? All I heard was Sansa, and then I got bored.
Oh no, you did not. Oh, okay, it's fine. It's fine. I have to chill and not be so sensitive about it, and I'm working on that.
You know I love you, Sphinx. I'm just playing, man. What are we talking about? What is going on right now?
I'm working on it as a personal thing. Johnny, tell them what the question is.
Sensitive.
Okay, here's the question. Will there be another Stark death? And if so, who will it be? T, baby, you go first, and then A, follow it up. Another Stark.
You're talking about based on the show, right?
Yeah, because we can't even, I don't even think we can call it on the book status. So yeah, just show.
I hate to say it, I'm not sure we'll get any more Stark stuff, at least not next season, but if we do, I would actually have to lean towards Arya. I don't see Sansa going right away, but Arya would be in the most position to be killed because I think she has the Mountain on her list of people to kill. I don't know how she's going to do that, so if I had to say someone was to die out of the Starks, it would most likely be Arya, but I just don't see her going away so fast. So maybe towards the end, if she dies. That's if another Starks dies. I'm not sure. I think we're done with the Starks time, but I could be wrong.
AK.
Yeah. T, I don't like you right now though. Can't just kill my wolf like that. No, you don't. No, Arya's not gonna
kill her. I didn't. That's Martin. Knife in my hand. No faceless anything. No, I'm just saying. I don't see Sansa dying out of all of them. I mean, I think that would be too easy to add her as a person that died. I mean, if you think about all of them and the strengths that they have, it would be more of between Arya and I think Bran, but I just don't see him killing off Bran because Bran is like the end-all be-all thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those, a process of elimination, and she just happened to be the wrong start.
I'll give you the Bran thing. I think that this story started with Bran. I think it's going to end with Bran. So I see him definitely making it to the end in some way, shape, or form, him and his magical powers. I don't think it would be Arya. If Arya does die, she's going to have a second life. And I really hope that's not what happens. I want her whole in her original body and not living in Nymeria or anybody else. But if there is going to be a Stark that dies, honestly, I got to give it to Sansa. I mean, if anybody comes after Sansa and they get past the Hound or whatever other guards she has, what's she going to do? there's really nothing she can do. She has no fighting skills at all. Even if she has a sword, it's not gonna matter. She doesn't know how to use it. So, if there is another Stark death, I'll say Sansa would be next on the list.
Brienne and the fucking Hound. Two big fucking monstrosities.
If the numbers are right, you can get past them. Sad to say it, because I love the Hound and I love Brienne, but
Anybody can die. You can just kill yourself like Tommen. You know, nobody would have thought he would be a death, but he just freaking jumped out a window. So, you know, anybody could die.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry because T and Alicia just got here and now I want to stay, but I have to go pick up my baby sister from the airport, so I have to go. It was amazing talking to all of you guys. Thank you for having me on, Sphinx. Bye, everybody in the chat. Good night, Johnny. I love you, I promise.
Be easy, Sam. Be easy. I'm not from
guys.
the UK.
I'm sorry, Johnny. I love you.
Be easy.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Sam.
Geography can get tricky.
Johnny, what'd you do to Sam?
Yeah, we had a whole political thing. You'll have to watch it back. Like, I went on an America rules rant, and then it was like Ireland rant, and then a Canada.
That's not a word, ma'am.
Canada rant, Canadian.
Oh,
You know when you try to say two words and they blend together, so that was that. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going because I have questions and I have a cutoff time. So we're gonna keep going. I just want to ask you guys this one because we had this one earlier, but you weren't here. So T baby, this is for you, okay? Are you ready? From Benjamin, where are the penguins? Haven't even seen one yet. No penguins. That's actually a real question. It's real. From Benjamin, ask that question. Where are the penguins?
Are we supposed to see penguins? Like,
I don't know. Are we?
I don't know. That's a weird question. Not saying you're weird who asked it, but I don't understand your question.
Alicia? Insight on the penguins. Where are they?
I think they probably ran off with Mumble. You know, he had that huge big number that last time to save everybody. I think they all just went wherever the hell he went. So they may not be anywhere on Planet Oz anymore. Just a thought.
Okay. I'll accept that because honestly, there's no good answer for that. I just wanted to trip y'all up because it tripped us up. I was like, what? Penguins? Did I miss something?
Well, what did you guys say? I'm confused. Is that person still in the chat?
No, unfortunately, I was like, Ben, if you're still here, elaborate on the penguins, but he's not here. So, Benjamin, if you watch this later, please hit me up in the comments. Let me know about these penguins and where they should be and how I can find them. In the books or the show, I'll find these penguins. I know T-Baby will, and Alicia too. We'll find them.
I'm not searching for penguins, bruh. It's just not happening.
You might come across them, like, you know, in a reread or something. You're rereading and you're like, oh, it's not penguins. There they are.
Okay.
Okay. Timo30, my frenemy, says, when Varys comes back to King's Landing, who will the little minions follow, Varys or Qyburn? I kind of feel like this was answered in the last episode. Like, they're Team Qyburn now. T-Baby?
I think it would be easy to say that they would be Team Qyburn because Qyburn didn't know what was going on in King's Landing. So you have these birds that are supposed to be giving them secrets and everything, yet they didn't tell him or they didn't know about the plans that were happening as far as the High Sparrow and what they planned to do with Cersei. Because remember, she found out like at the day of the announcement. So because of that, I still have to lean towards Varys. I think that just based on how they didn't tell him everything or he didn't know things that were going on makes me think that they're not 100% down for him. However, with that being said, because they did kill for him, I don't know. It seems like that might be a toss-up in the air, but I'm still going to lean towards Varys.
Those kids are from Flea Bottom. They know what it is to struggle, and they are very, very smart. I don't care if they are children. Once Varys comes back and says this and this and that is what's about to happen, they're going back to Varys. They're doing right now what they need to do to survive, to get food, whatever it is they need. I don't think they're loyal to Qyburn at all. They're just doing what they need to do.
Johnny, you have any thoughts, or James, on the little birds? Who are
I
they?
don't know. What paedophile are they used to giving them sweets without the paedophilia? It's like they're used to Varys more than Qyburn. He's a stand-in pedo for now. And then, yeah, as Alicia nailed it. It's like, yeah, we have dragons, bitch. Yeah, survival. She's spot on, survival.
James?
I definitely think the children are going to be on Varys' side. He was with them for a lot longer than Qyburn was, and Qyburn's got him doing a lot more evil shit. Before they just had to deliver whispers; they didn't have to kill nobody. Now he's got these little kids with nightmares. We all know what happens when you kill somebody; you get nightmares. And he just cursed all these kids.
Okay, I'm going to move on to the next question.
And hi, ladies. I don't want to get in trouble for interrupting anybody, but I wanted to say hi, Alicia. I love you. And T-Baby, we've never met, but it's very nice to meet you. And I'll mute myself so that nobody gets mad at me again.
Hi, Lemsack, smooches.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you, and feel free to talk. I got your back. Be free.
I love first meetups. You know, like, you watch people so much, and even you chat with them, you know, like in the chat room, but then when you're actually with them, sometimes it feels like you've already known them for a hot minute. I remember, I think, T-Baby, when I first met you, like, in actual video, I think we were, like, going and just, like, going, and I was like, oh, by the way, you know, like, nice to meet you. I did that with you. I did it with Nico and Sweet YFT, like all three of y'all. I was just like, oh my god, you know, we're just talking and like, hey, we're all in the chat and video chatting. Oh, by the way, nice to meet you. First time we've ever been live together. That's the best part about the fandom.
Yeah, I get caught up in a conversation that sometimes I forget to say hi. So hey, how are you doing? So what else you guys want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the books? Do you want to talk about the show?
So that's for you guys in the chat. That's a question for you. Like, tell us what you want. I have 4 questions, so I'll ask them real quick, and we'll blaze through them. But as I'm asking these, I'm also checking the chat to see if there's anything else you guys want to talk about. So we'll go there as well. We're not going to talk about gobshite, Kyle. That's just an Irish profanity term. Johnny, did you have anything to say about the last question? You've been very quiet. It's kind of weird. Are you okay?
I answered it, man. I answered it, and I don't want to intrude over people's answers. Like I answered it. I said paedophilia without the paedophilia. They're gonna pick Varys.
Since when don't you want to intrude?
That's why I
Are
said.
you okay? Is something wrong?
The context isn't juicy enough for me to take a bite of. It's kind of like a dry apple at the minute.
He's sick.
I think he just said you're boring, so you should ask a better question.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm interpreting him, man. Don't give me that look. He did it.
Motherfucker blame me. Assumptions are a motherfucker. I thought Rob would win the war. Look how that turned out.
Question, Q&A from David Adams. Will we get the scene where Bran wards Tywin's horse to make him shit in the throne room?
Why, David? Why? Just
That's really funny. Regardless, that is more. Oh, David, thank you for that. That was awesome.
We're not even gonna go there, Paige. You know better.
Back and think like, wait, who wore the horse and shit? And I was like, that never happened. That's funny. I don't know, I feel like a lot of people. I know he was joking, but I feel like a lot of people think that whenever they see an animal and there's like maybe too much of a close up on the animal, somebody's warging them. It's not that many wargs in Westeros.
First of all, like, I mean, let's talk about wargs and skin changers. Like, it's a whole separate thing, and nobody ever gets into that. You know, we just call it warging. As
Warning
like,
is
if you
specifically for
warg into a wolf,
direwolf.
you're not warging, you're skin changing. You can only warg into a direwolf. That's warging. Skin changing is a whole other realm, and I'm not going to get into it. But damn it, David, that's not okay. And you've been banned. You're on suspension for questions for at least 6 minutes.
No, don't. That was an awesome question, man. Bran walked into the horse that took a shit in the throne room. That was awesome. Because it even had me thinking, that's why it was awesome. I was like, wait, wow, oh, nice.
And that's what gets Johnny talking, and that's some bullshit.
But literally, guys, I'm a horse rider. Like, they poop all the time. Like, it's natural that a horse drops a shit wherever. It doesn't matter. So there was nothing behind that. They just poop everywhere. Everywhere. And they're gross. Okay, next question. Dish Murphy says, how does John find out about his parents? Ned said he'll tell him the next time he sees him. I think somehow Ned tells John. So that's what she said. She thinks somehow Ned tells him, but we know he's dead now, so how does John find out? Is it somehow through Ned? I'll go down the line. T-Baby, then John, then James, if he's paying attention, and then Alicia.
Okay, we're talking show, right?
Yeah, just show, because we can't, yeah.
No, I think that it's either, to be honest, it's either going to be Bran, but if it's not Bran, I have a feeling that it's going to be Littlefinger, based on the show. Because the show, it seems like Littlefinger's going to try to have a wedge between Sansa and John. So I think that would get on John's good side. Be like, hey, I know about your mom, and you've been wanting to know this for a long time. So as far as the show, I could see it being Littlefinger, either telling him or giving him clues. But ultimately, I think it might be when he goes down to the crypts to see, I guess, Rickon, that he might find out what's going on. But that's the only logical explanation I can think of, just because he's already at Winterfell, and they did kind of plant that seed that he knew a little bit more when he was talking to Sansa.
Johnny?
Bran's gonna tell John. I said it in my video. Dolores is gonna take Bran south, and he's gonna tell John. And Sansa's gonna be manipulated by Littlefinger, and Bran's gonna come into the Winterfell castle, saying shit's about to happen. And then Sansa will see her family, and she'll kind of snap out of it, be like, "Fuck, that's my little brother." And then she'll remember who her family is, and Bran will tell John exactly what the fuck is going on. And Littlefinger will be broke like a bad fragment.
James?
I'm not sure how that's going to happen, but is it possible that he just doesn't tell him? I mean, I just don't see Bran and John meeting up again, unless it's at the very, very end.
Alicia?
How do you think he'll find out about his parents? If you don't think Bran or whoever, how does he find out?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Does he have to find out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's like teasing this whole story from the beginning. Who's his parents? You got these little clues, and then next thing you know, they're like, you don't really need to know. That's kind of like how they did with not the Sand Snakes, the Son of the Harpies. Like, we didn't really get like a good payoff of who was behind it. They kind of just swept it under the rug, like the slavers were behind it. But I would be really disappointed if, like, that would make me throw the books if you don't tell me who his mom is, like, or at least his daddy. Give me at least one, but don't just leave me hanging and not know anything.
Wasn't that the worst, though? Like, the harpy payoff? All the theory, you know, all the energy we put into this harpy thing, just like the people on the flayed crosses, you know, oh, it's this person, no, it's just nobody. The harpy is just, yeah, the wise masters.
Can I just say, though, who really cared, man? If anybody is a big Daenerys fan, no offense, but even when I read the books nearly a decade ago, after the first two books and I reached the third to the fourth, Was I the same? I kind of skimmed Danny's chapters. I was like, okay, point towards no personality, bang. Got to the end, I was kind of sleepy, and then I'd see Jamie or Tyrion chapter, and I was like, sweet. That's how bad it was.
I'm on board with that. I struggle through dance still to this day whenever I try to reread. Like, I just can't. And it's mostly because she's just here and she needs to be home. Like, this is not her home, and she's putting all this time and energy into Marine. And then her whole thing with Dario is just, I hate it so much. She's like, Dario, my captain.
Yeah, over the whole Harpy thing. Didn't need any more of that at all. I'm glad he's keeping his ass in Marine because Scooby was just not the business at all. And as for John, I really think the only way he can find out is Bran. Now, Littlefinger is a possibility, but I don't think he'll be as strong. The message won't be as strong coming from him. It'll be Bran, or once they get back to Winterfell, Howland Reed will pop up for no damn reason and tell them what's what.
Yeah, but also because the episodes are short, they gotta let us know soon. So if it is 7 episodes next season, what episode do you think we'll find out who his parents are?
Hopefully they don't draw that out and it's in like the first or second episode, because that shit needs to come into play. I mean, you can't draw this whole thing out with all these clues about and all this mystery about it. It needs to be just done and settled.
Yeah, I think they'll pop it off early because honestly, we're all over it. You've already told us that he's Lyanna's son. Just get it over with and let's move on. Like, tell us that, and then we can see what it means for the future. Like, where does it go from here? I don't see the point in dragging on the mystery anymore because now we need to know what that. It's something. Obviously, it's something. So what does that something mean?
Right, like the intrigue is cool for the books because those are going to be ongoing for a little while yet, but the show needs to wrap up.
Johnny, I'm curious. When do you think they'll let us know who Jon Snow's parents are? And would you be mad? Would you be mad if they never told us?
Hold on. Hey, T, hold on.
Thanks.
What's that, bro? Mute, homie.
Are you dying?
He's afraid of the mute.
No, he's doing things he shouldn't be doing on camera, but he forgot to mute.
Well, drink some water and don't die, okay?
Mute yourself, Jane. You're so
Oops.
coughing and breathing all the time. It's okay. It's okay. Just that mute.
But I'm really curious because I know that John's your favorite, so I want to know, 1, when do you think we'll find out who his parents are? And 2, would you be okay with it, or would you be mad if we never found out who his parents were?
It's a good question. It's kind of like humanity, isn't it? And then what's the fucking meaning of us and life? And it's like, we don't fucking know that. So no, I wouldn't. I believe it'd add a bit of mystique. But I think it's so out there in your face with Rhaegar and Lyanna that's like, even if Jon doesn't know, I fucking know, and that's enough. I'm not Jon, and it'd kind of add to his trials and tribulations. So no, either way, I like him for him. Before he knew Rhaegar and Lyanna was his parents, so even after it, no, like it doesn't make a difference to me, you know. Probably, like, if you think about it, when that reveal, I believe, comes to him, is that going to change Jon much? No. Like, what the fuck does he know about Targaryens? Nothing. What does he know about Stark? So it's like, he's still going to be the same. Maybe it adds a good conversation with Daenerys come Endgame, but that's it. I think that's all it really gives him. To answer you, no, it doesn't make that much of a difference for me. Whether his name is Jaehaerys Sand, because he's born down there, or Jon Snow. He's always Jon Snow to me. And they can call him whatever they want. It's him as the soul. Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, it doesn't make a difference to me. I hope he finds out because he deserves that. But if he doesn't, no big deal.
That was my point, T-Baby, was that I just don't see how it furthers the story. Whether Jon Snow, who cares what his last name is? I don't care if he's a Stark or a Targaryen. He's Jon Snow to me. He's my hero. He'll always be Jon Snow. He can become king with the last name Snow. He doesn't need to become a Targaryen or a Stark.
Yeah, I think that it doesn't matter who he is. I just think that because they gave you so many clues, and I think that it's just it would be a big build-up if you just didn't let us know. But I don't think that at the end it would matter, especially when you have the White Walkers coming down. But I think I would be really disappointed if they didn't wrap that up. Because I was disappointed that they didn't, on the show, they didn't really wrap up the Sons of the Harpy. Like, towards the end, I didn't like it, but I still wish they would have wrapped it up and, gave us who was behind it, not just, oh, it's the slavers, and kind of kept it moving.
No, I understood your question, T baby man. It's a great fucking question, man. I understood it. And hopefully I answered respectively. Yeah.
No.
I understood the point you were coming from, though. I understand. Like, I said, yeah, I want the payoff. But I did point out that I think Bran is going to come down and tell him anyway. Do you get me? I think Bran's going to tell him. Like.
Yeah, I think it has to be between Bran or someone near Winterfell.
Someone close.
But you never know. It could be Sansa if Littlefinger tells her something. It could be her. I just feel like whoever tells Jon is already in Winterfell somewhere. So it could be a bunch of people. It could be Royce for all we know. Not saying he will really know anything, but he's down there, so I wouldn't put it past him. All right, you guys want to talk about something else? Since Sphinx kind of dipped out.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Since
Go
we're talking about Bran, and I'm doing like a chapter reread as I go along, one thing that's kind of been puzzling me is, who do you think acts more like Ned? Is it Jon or is it Robb?
Can I
Go ahead, Jon.
I'll shut up after it. Coyle wants to know after it about Sir Pounce Azor Ahoy. Apparently T-Baby predicted that. I'm sure she was joking, though.
Did I? What did I say?
You read it, you deal with Coyle in the comments there. But it's with Robb and Stark. That is a great question, because Robb does have some attributes in Ned, and so does Jon. I don't want to put Jon over Robb and be biased in a way. It's like, Robb is a much better battle commander and tactician. He proved that. He fucked up at the Red Wedding, and Jon, well, but then again, if that happened Rickon in front of Robb, like, do you think Robb would be so calm in them battles? Like, I highly fucking doubt it. But it's like, yeah, it's a hard one. I think Robb got the heart of his mother, and then the hard skin of his father, and Jon Snow just got the complete hard skin of his father, if that makes sense. He didn't get that.
It does make sense. James, what about you? Nope. What about you, Kingston?
What'd you say? Sorry.
No, that's cool. We were talking about who's more like Ned, Jon or Robb.
Oh, definitely Jon.
Why you say that?
Because Robb was, I don't know, I just felt like he was a little dumb. He shouldn't have. Yeah, he shouldn't have fallen for that girl. He should have known better. In this world,
you can't control feelings, James. I'm not a Robb fan, but you can't just call him dumb for being in love. It's a human emotion. If you look at him as a battle commander, he never lost a war, brother.
That's true. What about you, Kingston?
He definitely lost the war. He didn't lose battles, but he lost what counted. So for Robb, I would say both him and Jon have elements of Ned, but I don't really think Robb is Ned's son. I mean, it's one of the reasons I side-eye Catelyn so much, and I think that's one of the biggest issues she had with Jon is he reminded her of her own dalliance and deception, but that's really neither here nor there. Robb, he was raised to be the next Lord of Winterfell, so took that part of Ned where it comes in, taking command, like when Maester Luwin was trying to get Catelyn to come look at the books and appoint new people to things. He stepped up. He said, I'll do that. We'll take care of this. When it came to battle, he said, no, this is what we're gonna do. This person's going to lead the vanguard. Big John tried to step up, and Grey Wind shut that shit down real quick. So, you know, he knew how to lead. When it came to the other stuff, he wasn't so smart. You know, I think John would have handled things with Talisa a lot differently had he been in that. I don't think Talisa would have even been an issue. He would have remembered his duty because that's John. He would have remembered that. Now, yeah, he had a couple little sidetracks, but nothing that fucked up so big as Rob and the Red Wedding.
But wait, you don't think Rob is... Am I getting that right, man? Because if anything, I think Rob is the absolute proof that he's his mother's heart, the way he carries it out, and then Ned's cold... Like, not coldness, that's the wrong choice of word. Maybe his father's... No, the both of their hearts, man. I see him as the epiphany of if you mix a Tully with a Stark, you completely get a Rob. Like,
oh yeah, he was raised by Ned. That's what I'm saying. He was raised by Ned, so he definitely has elements of Ned within him. But I also think he has remnants of who his real father was, and at some points in time, he went on impulse, just like the Wild Wolf did.
But you don't think that Catelyn is his mother?
No, I think Catelyn is his mother. I don't think Ned is his father.
There
are specific points in the book where Catelyn is thinking about all the children. When she talks about the kids, John included, she specifically says Ned when she's talking about their father. When it comes to Rob, she said, now I actually see he's starting to look like his father. Not Ned, his father.
Yeah, it's in there. But I think I think that Rob, though, reacted that way as far as marrying Jane, or Jean, whatever you want to call her, is because of the effects that happened and what his mom went through, knowing that a bastard was brought back home. I think that affected him, and that affected his choice because he didn't want to dishonor her. Because of how that affected his mom. Because I think that if roles were reversed and it was John, I think that John would have just had to take that guilt with her that he dishonored her, but he would saw the bigger picture. Like, that's the type of guy when I think of John, like, he weighs his option and he's the one, he kind of does selfless acts, and you see it in the first chapter when you kind of get introduced to him. But I think that was his Rob's biggest mistake, was marrying a girl. But I can't really fault him for that, because I think that's like a childhood trauma type of thing, that you see what happened to your mother that you just couldn't do the same mistake you think your father did.
I think it was that, and he saw how John also was treated. He knows firsthand how a bastard is looked upon, and he didn't want that for any child that he might father. Sphinx, are you back?
I'm sorry as well. I agree, man. T-Baby always raises a good perspective. Alicia always gives a decent answer towards it. So, yeah, I agree. Are you still just stand by Rob? Rob is the epiphany of if I was to mix a Tully and a Stark. Like, you get fucking Rob Stark. Jon Snow, I don't want to give Targaryens credit because I obviously don't like them, but I'm not going to say that. I'm raised. If you don't have that nice to say, don't say that at all. Forgive me, mother, wherever you are. Forgive me for the times I didn't take that advice.
So I've been away for a little bit. I don't know what kind of mischief you guys have. Yeah, I'm totally watching the fireworks. That's why I opened my windows so I can see, because they're popping off. But I have a couple more questions. Y'all want them or not?
Shoot for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
So Adam Doyle says, will Sansa still kill a giant in a castle of snow?
Yeah, I think that that the giant they're talking about is Littlefinger.
How is the Littlefinger a giant of snow? Talk about poetry and fucking splitting the vague levels of it.
Well, it's from that prophecy where I believe it's the ghost from High Heart that says, you know, she was describing how she saw Sansa with the purple crown on her head or something, and she saw the same woman slaying a giant in the snow. It's described like a titan, and that's Littlefinger's house sigil.
It's not his house sigil, but
Or the first one, or his family's house sigil. I can't know word for word because I don't know it word for word. But in that image that they wrote in the books, it seems to be leaning that that's Littlefinger she's talking about.
For me, it's kind of a far-reaching theory. That's one of the ones I'm just like, you really got to like put 2 and 2 and 2 and 5 together to make a giant turn into Bravos, the Titan of Bravos, turn into Littlefinger.
Yeah, but then if you would say that, what else would be the giant that she slays? Because I don't see, like, Sansa's cool, but Sansa's not slaying giants. Like, that's not.
Well,
unless it's like a snow giant she built, but I don't see that being something worth mentioning.
and it would have to be, if anything, if it wasn't Littlefinger, it'd have to be like some sort of like a giant in your life, like like a storm in your life or a thing that you have to overcome. Because I can say like me trying to find a job I like is a giant, and I had to slay it. Like you can kind of.
No, I've never read in the books how they reference giants in that way, like as an obstacle. They say like they'll always say Tyrion cast a giant shadow. They always use that, or they'll say like the giant that woke the earth. But I haven't seen them use giants in a reference where it's talking about like an obstacle. But that would make sense if what would make you think like it's a giant, like an obstacle based off of the prophecy that was in that chapter?
It would just have to be the actual verbiage, like just a giant cutting the head off a giant, because the Titan of Bravos is referred to as a Titan of Bravos, never a giant. Nobody ever calls it that. It's a Titan, which is actually a giant. Actually, North members, I'm sure you have insight on this. Like you can probably make better sense than I do, but I really don't have like concrete evidence either way. Mm-hmm. But for me, it just seemed a little far-reaching for a giant, head cut off, Titan of Bravos, Littlefinger. That's all. It was just like too many dots that needed to be connected. But that was just me. Northeast.
Damn, Daniel, can you hear me?
Yes, Daniel.
All right. I'm with you both. I understand T saying Sansa's only crashing snow giants, and I understand you saying there's a few plot holes in the Littlefinger jump from a giant. But for some reason, I feel like Littlefinger is destined to be big, and that giant may not be as literal as we think, but that dude's about to take over a lot of shit. That dude has planned and plotted, and not in vain. He will have power over quite a bit. That part of me thinks that Cersei could possibly marry his crazy ass, or Euron, equally, with equal impact. So
Jonnie.
He could be the giant.
Where is this? Wild one?
I personally, how do I answer that question without being politically correct? Much love, Candice, but I won't agree or disagree with everybody. I'll have my own standpoint on it. And whoever asked that question has a beautiful imagination, and I can understand how they link that all up. So a beautiful imagination is my generic answer to that. I think it has nothing to do with any of that. I think it's just very poetic words. Even in my book, it's nowhere near the levels of that. But it's like, I like to just leave some inklings and then just fuck with people. Same way with Nirvana and Kurt Cobain. You write in riddles and there's no real end outcome. It's just people will always question it and talk about it. That's all that it is here. That's what I think, and I don't think anything further than that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Alicia?
I'm sorry. What subject are we on right now?
Mm-hmm. James?
These.
Yes.
You don't know either?
Yeah, if you go from Alicia not having a fucking clue and then to James, you have problems. You think James is
go back to
fucking shit?
Alicia? School James. Okay, here's a question.
You guys are leaving me out for like 20 minutes at a time. So I'm just like, okay.
Nap, son. A. It's a hand wave or something. It's buggery. There's no order and structure.
All right.
Those balls don't get fed.
Give me the question. Give me the question again.
All right, here it is. Will Sansa still kill a giant in a castle of snow?
See, I haven't read the book, so I don't know anything about that prophecy. It doesn't make any sense in the show. If they wanted to show it in the show, they would have mentioned the prophecy.
Okay.
That is a fair point. As far as shut the hell up, Wildling. He don't gotta read the damn book if you don't want to. Smoke your cigarette. Shh. For the show, yeah, that probably will not come much into play. I mean, we saw the little snow castle. Robin kicked it, and that I think is done. I don't think it's going to come back into play. Where the book is concerned, though, I think that could end up being Littlefinger, just because of his tie to Bravos and the huge Titan of Bravos. That's like their symbol. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Okay, I have another question. Northie, are you there? I'm gonna hit you with it first.
I am here.
This is from Kyle's Fookin Chickens. Is Sir Pounce Azor Ahai? And wait, well, it's kind of two parts, so I'll just hit you with that part. So I'll just hit you with the is Sir Pounce Azor Ahai? Have y'all seen that video from Altship X? That Sir Pounce is Azor Ahai? It's the funniest thing ever, but it actually makes sense, and that makes it even funnier. Have you seen it, North?
I have seen it, and I love the video, but no serious part of me, no doubt to anybody who might think so, but no serious part of me thinks that Sir Pounce is Azor Ahai. I can't say that he's even shown up in the books or the show enough to matter, and that would be so backwards of George, and I'd be pissed. But it's cool and it's cute, and I'm with it in a cute way, but not with it in a serious way.
T-Baby?
I'm so sorry I was not paying attention to anything. What was the question? I do apologize.
No, don't apologize.
I can't multitask. Not at 10:30.
Yeah, it's fine. We can just go. Like, we'll just go. But I'll is Sir Pounce Azor Ahai?
I'm going to say no. Like, why would he be? I mean,
I have to put a link in the video.
In the show, he might be. In the books, no. I'll leave it at that.
Y'all don't know how hilarious this video is from Altship X. He really makes a case that Sir Pounce is Azor Ahai. It's actually like, if you would just believe the cats could rule the world, it makes sense. Johnny?
Azor Ahai is Jon Snow reborn, which means he is no pussy.
Good job, Johnny. James?
Well, it's possible. We all know that pussy has magical powers. You never know. There's something magical about that shit.
That was like really good.
Can't really disagree on that, man. I'm sorry. That's the man speaks logic right there.
You guys are on your Peter Baelish stuff right now. You sound like old pedophiles.
No, damn it. That freaking cat is not Azor Ahai. Come on.
I need you to take a seat over here. Chris Hansen shit.
What'd you say?
I was saying the Chris Hansen shit. I don't know. Christina said a pedophile joke, and every time I hear a pedophile joke, I turn into Chris Hansen. It's like, why don't you take a seat over here?
To catch a predator?
Yeah. You said
I was like, who's Chris
you
Hansen?
said you want to stick a sword up her arse, eh?
She's only 14. She's not a woman grown, eh?
Why don't you take a seat over here, eh? Take a seat over here, eh?
I can't with Johnny right now. I can't.
I can't either. I didn't even know they played To Catch a Predator in Ireland. This is amazing.
But he says pedophile, like not pedophile. Pedophile.
But I gotta say, we gotta make a disconnect between pedophile and what were we talking about? They're not minors.
Yeah, make a disconnect now. Next question.
No, the fact that there's a bad pussy and that's legitimate, thing in the world. It doesn't mean pedophilia. It just means women have power in a way that guys don't. But sometimes they do. Depends on the situation.
Well, it depends on how bad the pussy is. Either she's a boss or she needs to go to the fucking GP.
Is it bad? Is it bad like Il Nana, or is it bad like good bad? That's a real question. Alicia knows what I'm talking about.
Logically argue. Why is this thing being logically argued? Can we please stop with that damn...
Because this is buggery, and there's no other forum to talk about this.
Really, honestly, like, there's no other place you can safely talk about Il Nana and...
Is it Foxy Brown ill, or is it legit like Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz ill? Like, I need to go to a clinic. That's a problem.
Is it? Like, what does it do to you?
Well, if Foxy Brown appeared on Dr. Phil talking about how bad she was, then what the fuck would be the real answer?
Johnny, now you're making me confused, and I'm trying to confuse. I can't.
He's good at that. Guess what? I have a second half to this question, and it goes like this. T-Baby's prediction is, is this true? T-Baby's prediction that he is the stallion that mounts the world, is that prediction correct? Damn, I deleted the first part. Oh, wait, let me go back. I can see.
Do we have, like, evidence or some, like...
Oh, Azor, hi.
...of me saying this?
Hey, T-Baby.
This is so epic. T's like, I cannot claim that. I do not recall.
Hey, T-Baby. Hey, T-Baby.
From Kyle, man. I think Kyle's just trying to start stuff, and no, damn it. Kyle, sit down and eat your chicken and stop fucking up shit.
Yeah,
Some Fookin Chicken.
To be fair, even if T-Baby did say that Sir Pounce is Azor Ahoy, Kyle's theories are so off the wall, that shit would make it look minimal. What did you say? Jon Snow's real name is fucking Aemon or Aegon? Get the fuck out of here, Kyle. You can't talk about people.
It made a little bit of sense. It made sense.
Oh, shit. I love Kyle. Kyle's my boy, but that theory is just off the fucking wall.
I don't know. If I did say that, which I'm not sure I did, but if I did, I must have been joking, or I must have been trying to troll someone else. Cause what? How does he become the prince that was promised?
Look at Kyle in the chat. He's like mad smiles. He got us.
Kyle said he was doing a social experiment, and I think he's winning right now.
I told y'all he was bullshitting.
He got us.
He's winning.
Okay,
He's
Kyle.
totally...
You can eat every Fookin Chicken at your house next time I'm there.
He's winning right now. Shout out to Canada. Thank you, Kyle.
Okay, another question. Q&A. Longclaw equals Blackfire? Blackfire.
What?
Blackfire.
Say that again. What equals Blackfire?
Longclaw.
Was there a Blackfire sword? I'm drawing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is from Adam Doyle. Adam, if you're still here, explain.
They do have a sword, man. I don't remember the name. They do have a sword, man.
No, the sword he gave his first bastard. It was called Blackfire, and that's
no, that was Aegon's sword.
Yeah.
How would the Mormonts get that?
House Blackfire. No, I don't believe.
Oh,
Blackfire.
Longclaw's Blackfire. Oh no, hell no. Sorry.
No,
yeah.
there's no way. There's no way.
I misinterpreted the question there. Hell no.
Because Blackfire is a regular sword and Longclaw's a bastard sword. I mean, first of all, like, just for starters. And
how would House Mormont ever get a Blackfire sword?
Longclaw's been in their family for, like, thousands of generations or some shit. Yeah.
How the fuck did the Starks get ice? We can ask all these questions. I'm sure they all fell into position somehow at some time.
No, the Starks had ice forever. I'm sorry, Johnny. It just started there.
How did they ask me?
Don't hate.
Sorry. Candice's sarcasm made me laugh like a little bitch there.
The hand of the not taking
Johnny was like...
Yeah, it was. That was funny. Imagine a baby Stark, little baby dick, little baby vag, and then, oh, there's a big sword. Let's cling it. That's my mother.
That's exactly how it happened. That's exactly how it happened.
In the Garden of Eden. I can see it.
Candice.
Yeah.
Para ti. Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Where are Bran and Mira headed next?
Oh, that's a good one, and that's one I was super curious about. I think they're going to end up at the Wall as the natural next southern location from where they're coming from, and I think they might run into my boy Dolorous.
Well, they're actually at the wall, right? Isn't that where bench hands drop them
No,
off?
they're at the Bloody Gate, or excuse me, the Snow Gate. Is it the Snow Gate?
Wherever it was that John said his vows, I think, that weirwood tree.
They're close. Yeah, they're close. They're right there at that spot. They're gonna like get passage as they did in the books, and they'll be there. And Dolores will be like, "Oh my God," just like Sam did. I recognize you. You're like a crippled. Well, he lost it. He lost his wolf, so that'll be hard. But there's some hints where he might know he's John's brother and help him get wherever he's going.
Alicia?
Yeah, pretty much. That's the only place I could see them going. They can't go north. I mean, they can't. That's where they just ran from. It would be freaking pointless for them to go back north. They have to get to the wall, and then from there, I think they're going to go to Winterfell, because really, where else are they going to go?
James, a.k.a. the left thing that hangs. I won't say that about you. I won't say it.
Left sack. It's dog. Left testicle. Basically, they got to go south. They're not going to go north. If they were going to go north, Benj and Cold Hands would have stayed with them. They got to go south, so they're right there next to the wall. And Bran's plugged into the weirwood tree, just like me.
Johnny.
I'm always on that weirwood tree.
That doesn't sound good. It sounds bad, actually.
That's okay.
Johnny?
It's Buggery, right?
It is Buggery. It's definitely Buggery, but don't let too many of your skeletons out your closet.
Oh, that's not a skeleton. I wear that one like a badge.
Chris, when your channel gets flagged and you get put on probation, you know to go to Left Sack and blame him for fucking up.
A new one and just do it all over again. All over again. Johnny. What was the question? Oh, Mira and Bran heading there.
So yeah, I still say it seems I forgot about Mira in my predictions video. That shows how high I think of her. And I like Mira, so that's pretty shitty of me. Yeah, so Mira, Ed, Dolores, and Bran go under the wall. Bran becomes Bran the Breaker as an epiphany back to Bran the Builder. It's kind of a throwback. The wall fucking cracks, shit comes down, and yeah, my story sticks to its roots of my predictions. Dolores said, and Mira, I'm gonna have to add that into my video. And Mira bring Bran down to Winterfell. And that's where Bran stays until the end game.
Sphinxy?
Me?
I have a question.
Okay, yes. Ask it.
I can't stay on too long, but I kind of want to like ask a question of the panel, and I would start with Johnny first because he's very vocal about his feelings.
You think?
So with all the people that were pissed off about my friend Daenerys Targaryen talking shit about all her titles, I would like to know if she can get a little bit of effing kudos at this point. If anybody will, I mean you, Johnny, will give her just due. I mean, she's on the road. She's got Army, Navy, Air Force. Can somebody say she's not just talking shit, she walks the walk? Anybody with me on that? Is anybody excited about it that wasn't excited before? I know it was kind of draining and slow happening, but is there any change of perspective with her or excitement for her next season?
I'm really mad you're bringing this up. Like, this is our personal thing, our like issue. I don't want the world to know that we don't agree on this. But now
you're the next one. But yeah, I'm with you. I feel like I just want to know if the people that have hated and love her kind of care now or are excited, because I think that was an exciting moment for me, but I was always a fan.
Johnny, go ahead. That was for you.
I done my reaction video to it, and I said at the end of it, I want to complain about Daenerys, like, but I can't. She did 3 things I asked her for from the episode, and I'm not a hypocrite. The one thing I asked was appreciate Tyrion before the season's end. She made him fucking hand to the Queen. I was like, well done, you smart bitch. Watch the reaction video, Candice. You're giving me a cheap plug here, actually. Watch my reaction video to it. The second thing, the first thing was get rid of Dario. It's like, fuck off. He's a side piece. Get rid of him. She did. The Tyrion, and then the third part was fucking go to Westeros. So them 3 things I wanted from her in that episode, she did. She only took a few years to do it. She did it. So yes. I will pause there. I will put a pause on it with sportsmanship and go, all right, let's see.
Good, good. Sphinx,
Say what?
how do you feel about Danny? I mean, I'm tired of you shitting all over her. Do you love her? Are you with it? Are you like partially on board?
Waiting for this, huh? You're like, yeah, she did something.
I was excited. I was like, yeah, you're on the way. You know, calm those haters.
I was happy. You know, I'm happy to see her go. That's all I ever wanted. And she cut off Dario. Like, me and Johnny are in the same boat for this one. Like, all I wanted was for Dario to end and her to freaking leave. Just go. Like, I never understood why she had to spend, like, years in this place that's not her home. It always irritated me. After the first season, like, I was done with Daenerys in the books and show. Like, I was just over it. So, you know, I'm still like, okay, I see you. You're trying to make some moves, but I'm still not Team Danny again because I just need to see something happen. When she said, I'll stay here and I'm going to rule, I was like, bitch, go home. Oh, excuse my language.
I think it's so funny because I was excited when she was going to stay there because I thought she wasn't going to leave a task unfinished. But I get where you're coming from. But I was like, yeah, you can't quite go forward if you can't fucking fix what you showed up at.
So I'm going to read off some stuff in the chat. A couple people have some comments on what we've been saying. Euron Crow's Eye says, we will never see Dario or Marine again. You know, I kind of agree with that. Adam Doyle says, the main reason I think John's name is Damon, he mirrors Damon so much. And yeah, I've talked about that with a couple people here, like when he was all, I'm Damon the Dragon Knight. It's Damon, right? The Dragon Knight?
I don't know
Damon the Dragon Knight. It's Aemon, not Damon.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, pretty sure.
All my theories I've been working on. So Erodo says Dario will reinstate slavery and crown himself emperor and king of slavers. Babe, I could totally see that happening. Like he has nothing to keep him from it, right?
Don't care. He doesn't matter. Marine does not matter. Doesn't matter.
Still don't care. Yeah, you're right. Oh, Damon Blackfire. Adam Doyle. No. Okay, Adam Doyle says, no, that's Aemon. I'm talking about Damon Blackfire. My bad, Adam. I'm trying to shout you out, player. Let me scroll up a bit here, because there's a lot of comments like, while we're talking trash, people are actually making sense here. That Jorah Mormont lied about Longclaw and knowingly armed Jon Snow with the house sword of House Targaryen.
Why, though? Why?
How was it the house sword of House Targaryen?
Adam Doyle. More information. That was from
That would be epic, but random. I mean, it seems like an accident. Like, Jon showed up and nobody knew, or did they know? Like, it has to be a conspiracy from the beginning.
Okay, so wait. So we don't know where Blackfire is, right? And Blackfire is a bastard sword.
But we don't know where Dark Sister is. We don't know where a lot of...
Blackfire was supposed to be lost in Essos, or it's with the Golden Company.
Well, what went to the wall with Bloodraven?
That was supposed to be Dark Sister, but that was only rumored, though. It's not proven that it went there with him. It disappeared.
Was Dark Sister a bastard sword or a standard sword?
I don't see how that matters.
Well, if you want to swap it out and try to say it's Longclaw, then if it was a bastard sword, that might be plausible.
It's not big enough if it's not. I got you.
That's what she said.
Wow. Damn, Daniel.
That is what she said to me.
Okay. Wow, Christina, you had a girl show you her thing?
Well, I've been a nurse for 16 years. I've seen lots of things. You guys have any other thoughts on these last points? Because I'm going to wrap it up here.
No.
No, let's wrap it up.
I'm intrigued though, before you do though as well, on Candice's question about the Daenerys thing. It's like Baby James and Alicia. It's like, what's their thoughts on Daenerys? Is she done fucking trolling people?
My thought is that she's on her way to Westeros, so hopefully she's not going to get boring anytime soon. I'm done with Marine. If Dario reinstates slavery and does whatever, quite honestly, I don't care. I know I should, but it's Marine. That's no big part of the story right now. So hopefully once she lands and she actually starts making some good moves, not just making moves, then, you know, she'll still be okay in my book.
Anybody else?
Amy?
T-Baby spilled her drink all over herself, hence her late reply. James,
Why you
Danieri.
bust her out like that, though? Maybe she
Right,
wants to be
don't
known
tell
now.
people that.
How he does. That's how he does.
Oh, fuck off, man.
Shade. Irish shade.
Debbie, you
James,
ruined everything.
Damn, Johnny.
With everything.
Yeah, when I start scared, you want me to go double dark and double here, I'll go over everybody's head. Yeah, I'll start scratching my
That's
chest.
with the nipples. What's going
I'll
on?
start scratching my chest like I look like I have an addiction, yeah, and then will everybody see that
Oh
as
my
well?
God.
What? How about that? Nobody in the chat knows, so sorry. Don't turn out to the Danieri special. Fucking sensitive people up in there.
What is he talking about?
That's a new term we came up with today. It's sensitive. Like, not so much sensitive, but you're sensitive.
Oh, I don't like it. I can't. The North doesn't like that.
The North doesn't remember that. They don't like that.
Yeah.
The North does not want to remember that. No one does.
James, say something or we're outro.
Say something for my outro.
Yeah,
I
that
thought I was
Yeah.
supposed to say that Danny, something about Danny.
Well, that too.
That too. I think Danny's gonna make Johnny a fan this year. She's gonna start
Yeah,
doing
she
some.
is.
She's gonna start doing some epic shit. She's finally going to Westeros. She's finally gonna get to show her muscle. She's gonna stop talking about shit and start doing shit.
Johnny, you cannot respond to this. Okay? You're done. Okay.
And
All right.
if this is my outro, it's been awesome. Love joining you guys. Love Candace.
Love you, James.
Love T Baby. Nice to meet you. I feel like I already know you, watching you on so many videos.
Yay!
Allison, you know you. Alicia, you know I love you. And Johnny, never mind.
If you
And
Allison one more damn
Sphinx.
time, boy.
What?
I said if you Allison me one more time, I'm coming through the screen.
I'm sorry.
Alicia.
I am so tired. I'm sorry.
No, you do it all the time.
Alicia,
So, like,
I know I do it all the time.
you work yourself.
I love Buggery. You guys are. I'm serious.
Lord Commander of the Sphinx Guard.
I was like, is Allison new? Who's Allison?
Her mom is Allison. She's Alicia.
Oh, okay. He's on to something. He's just in the wrong generation.
I catch myself every time I do it, and I'm so sorry.
But you know what's funny, James, is that you're on the phone, so like we just see like your head most of the time, like from here up. And it's okay, it's cool. It's like when I give my 4-year-old the phone, and I'm like, here, FaceTime with your sister. And she's like,
That's all you see is my forehead?
hi. You have to be able to see yourself. Whatever you have to do to like change it so you can see yourself. You know, want the full.
Oh, you want the full
Oh no,
body shot?
No, not the full,
Yeah,
just the full.
not the
The
full.
headshot,
okay.
not that head.
Yeah, the semi. The semi.
All right, I don't want to get
guys are
I don't
talking
want to
about
get you in trouble. I already got you in trouble for saying I like the weirwood tree. That's all I said. I like
Oh,
the
you
weirwood
said
tree.
you coughed your fucking answer. T-Baby was asked a question. All you could hear is James. So we
I
could
was
hear.
choking on a cigarette.
And that's what she said.
Yeah, what? She never said that to me.
Okay. Who's next for their sign out? We got to go.
I guess I'll jump in.
Take it.
I know I just randomly pops in and out this evening, but I love Buggery and I watch it all the time, even though I'm not always able to jump on. And I can't wait to do, although the season's over, more discussions with the Sphinx on her channel and more Not So Silent Sisters discussions and more, what do we call ourselves? the tinfoil sisterhood discussions. So we have lots of random groupings where different variations of people will talk about different topics, and it's going to be epic in the off season. So we're totally going to do this as soon as we get our schedules together.
And there will be foil
out.
Actual foil will be present.
Oh, foil crowns and foil headgear is a requirement for attendance.
Dresses. T-Baby, you still there, girl? I see your avatar. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. First of all, thanks for having me on. This was fun, even though I dipped in at the last minute. I started making videos again. I'm doing the entire series over again. So if you guys want to reread the series with me, you know, it's still an open invitation. We'll be on a bunch of live streams talking more about the books and stuff, theories and crazy thoughts and things we question, and I'm just excited to hang out with you guys and talk about it. So once again, thanks for having me on, and I hope to see you guys there in my videos. Kind of.
Your videos are epic, by the way. Like, I watched your last one, and I couldn't make a comment because the questions were so hard and so deep.
Well, what I'm doing is basically I'm just asking questions after I read the chapter that popped in my head. So really, I'm asking them so you guys can help me out because I can't figure it out myself. So it's more of it's just what did you think, and also I encourage people to also tell me what questions popped up in their head after reading the chapter. It's just like a countdown to Winds of Winter, even though we have no idea when it happens. The only thing I will say is I will stop if Winds of Winter comes. Like, you have to give me that, and then I'll pick it back up. But you got to understand.
Oh, yeah. T-Wild pops off. We're like, everything's shutting down. I might even, like, delete my channel. Like, nothing's going to happen until I read it. I'm not even going to, like, open my phone unless somebody calls me because I just need to be not spoiled. Left Testicle, have you gone already and said goodbye? You did, right?
I said goodbye, but goodbye again, ladies.
Okay.
And Johnny.
Alicia?
Hasta luego, folks. You know, we'll see you again. I'm sorry about this random coming in at the last minute, but we had some funny things to look over and do before we came on, and some people didn't want to wait until it was done for us to start all together, but that's okay, Sphinx. Anyways, love y'all, support you guys. It's always great being with you. Hand of the Queen, Sphinx, T-Baby, Johnny, my brother, Left Sack.
Wait, for real, stop calling him Left Sack.
Blame Johnny. Blame Johnny. It's his fault, okay?
I hate it. But
that sounds like something Johnny would say too. It's not funny. It's not haha funny.
Yeah, it's not okay. I said that like forever ago. I was like, stop saying that. And James is like, it's cool. And I'm like, no, we gotta make something else. We'll call you like Pink.
Fine. Even though it's a buggery and we're supposed to be about nonsense, whatever. We won't say that anymore because Sphinx is so sensitive. So sensitive. I'm so sorry, Marlene. So sorry.
Oh my God, Alicia, you just screwed me over for real.
How?
You call me sensitive in front of Johnny.
But you are?
It's coming. Thank you.
When do I get to say my farewell on the chat? Because I have a long ass fuck. I'm gonna have a Dan Yeary's title speech to give.
Okay, here we go.
Go, Johnny. The floor is yours.
I had to ask permission for that first because it tastes fucking sweet. Alright, sensitive over there. You look so down with your halo. Aww. I'll catch you on that later. With James and Left Sack though. James is me Left Sack. He proclaims that and I don't mind that. It's just, James, do me a favour. You see them chin hairs on your chin? See that goatee? Shave that shit pretty fucking quick, man. Because I don't want me left hair having a goatee and me right looking like, well, proper and baldy. Sort that shit out, man. If you want to be in with the left sack, you have to be good with the right sack. You know what I'm saying? When you have a shower, I like to... No comment on that. Anyways, now that I got me Danieri's titles out of the fucking way, yeah? That's just titles, man. I'm speaking titles. If Danieri's can do it, yeah? Candice fingers carpets to them titles. And she's like, oh, who's a Danieri's fan? Danieri's is still a cunt, Candice. But I like you. She only took 5 seasons. But anyways, I'm Jonnie the Irish Wildling. And I totally coughed when I said that. Did you get that? I was like, I ruined that. Fuck, there's no point. I give it up. Delete this. Fucking delete this chat. I'm Jonnie the Irish Wildling. Blah, blah, blah.